welcome to Let's Talk. It's a call-in show on the Skeptic Haven channel. It's a safe place for atheists, those questioning or leaving a religion, and anyone that wants to ask questions and have respectful discussions, for the most part. From the U.S., call us at 984-400-5656, and from outside the U.S., call in from your computer using the little URL on the bottom of the screen there. Ain't technology fantastic?
This is Skeptic Haven. Let's talk.
Just bopping a little bit there. The twangy guitar kind of gets me every time.
I was slightly triggered because I saw that lady scrolling through ChatGPT. I'm like, just uninstall it. Uninstall.
What's going on in the background there? Oh, I see. Got the Bulls thing going on there.
Oh,
yeah. So I had a question for you. I forgot to actually ask you last night on our show, Mikey.
Yes. Sorry.
Have you seen any ICE people running around the Chicago-ish area?
Word on the street is I got scared off to Memphis.
No, did they? Good.
Looked at Chicago and then started like doing some measuring, and they're like, you know what? Memphis is the real problem. It's like, okay, they're crazy as shit in Memphis. Ask Black Atheist Rants how chill it is in Memphis. Have fun, boys. And also, winter is coming, so I was like, oh, please stay outside for when the polar vortex hits and it's -30 outside, and y'all got to walk back and forth through the city like little penguins. They'll be out there.
They'll get super bundled up and then they'll fall over like the little kid in Christmas Story. And I can't get up.
I can't put my arms down.
I can't get up. All right. Well, we had originally had, as you may have seen, the original thumbnail had me hosting the show with Randolph, but unfortunately something came up with Randolph, and he had to go deal with some stuff, I guess, family stuff, and so he had to bail out of this. So I called my very good friend and co-host on my show, Mr. Mikey Famine, who's here with us tonight. We're going to take some calls. So if you are one of those people that believe that a God of any kind exists, doesn't matter which one, because there are lots to choose from, you can call in and try and convince us. I'll give you a spoiler alert already. It's more than likely not going to happen. But if your argument is at least somewhat, maybe we'll listen. Well, let's see what we can. We can also, do some scientific research on it and see if there's anything to it. Well, maybe not at the moment. I don't have a lab here, but
I mean, or like if you can prove the flat Earth, the Sasquatch,
in the chat.
Oh, sorry, Dave. Like, I know we're gonna have probably a little buffer zone before the deluge of calls come pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to go to Mars. Hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me out.
This ought to be good.
I don't want to go there for a long time, obviously, but I figure if I spend like 4 hours on the surface, I can do all the geological experiments that they need done. Yeah. And then rocket boost me back to the Earth as soon as possible, please.
Well, it takes a few months to get there with current technology. So
I think it's like 8 months.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a long. It's a little short of a year, and then you got to wait a year and a half for our orbits to reline back up, and then you got to launch again for the next 8 months. But I'll do it because I do. If there's evidence of life on Mars, I think we should go get it. Like right now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk. That's actually something I was going to bring up. There's a lot of talk about they found some signs that, from what we're used to, could be signs that there was once at least microbial life of some kind. Like the sulfur stuff, and I can't remember exactly what
Phosphates.
it was. But yeah. So, it's very possible. And there was, as we know, and still is in frozen form for the most part, water. I mean, they even shown parts of the planet there where you see it look like it's getting damp and then drying up again, like, so we know that there's at least some form of water up there. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, but apparently I've been
just clicking buttons.
Yeah, all the periods now are all over the place there, just because I had my little pad. I guess it was sitting on the enter button, so it was like dot 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 dot.
I did that with the space bar earlier, and I was like, why is my Facebook just scrolling down by? I was like, I've been compromised. It was my fatty plate. I got a freaking burger over here, and I got my plate slid across to hit the space bar. And I was like, oh, so that was my fault. Okay, fine, it was my fault. I'm not getting
the burger you didn't order.
I like junior bacon cheeseburger. That's as much Dave's meat I was trying to eat today. Didn't want all this. Like, I love you, Dave, but too much meat. This is why other countries make fun of us. I mean, one of the reasons other countries make fun of us is like, this burger is it's insulting. Just think I'm a Wolverine and just throw it at me. I mean, come on.
Oh, what's this over?
Hey,
looks like, oh, hey, look at this. We're gonna have my ghost astrologer, Catholic saint, call in when they bend spoons too.
Hey, that's my flatware. Like, I'd be furious if someone just like came to my house and started bending up my silverware. Like,
right,
brother, is that gonna fit in the dishwasher now that you done bent it to bejesus? Like, what are you doing? The rack doesn't work now.
Yeah, Uri, put that spoon down.
Now I gotta hand wash all this shit because all the spoon, and I gotta drink. Imagine eating fucking soup with a fucking bent up ass spoon. It's treacherous.
See, I eat that chunky soup so I can eat it with a fork. Like the old commercial used to say.
And then just do like a shooter, just
yeah, the super thick liquid that comes after it.
I think that's chili, Neil.
Maybe, yeah.
You're eating chili.
I like chili. Chili's good.
Yeah. 5-way chili?
It doesn't matter. Chili, any kind of chili.
Yeah, that's right. Get off my spoons. Those are my spoons.
Exactly. So,
to Mars?
Yeah. I'd love to go to Mars. That'd be kind of cool. Except you'd want to be completely prepared for that, I should say. I've
been training in the off season. Yeah. Hold my breath, see how long I could do it. Like, I mean, not trying to brag, like 45 seconds, which is most of the way back to Earth if something should go wrong.
Just launch yourself off the planet. Apparently you can jump pretty high there, according to that John Carter movie.
I think it's 1/5 or 1/3. Let me see what Mars's gravity is, because it is a little thing. It's a little bitty thing.
Yeah, so you can jump pretty high.
Gravity. Oh, okay. So this is a very accurate number: 3.73 meters per second squared.
Yeah.
So we're at 9.8 and they're at 3.3 or 3.7. Yeah, I could definitely.
So yeah, you're right, like a third.
I could jump right through the basketball hoop. It's like, all right, layup time. Whoa! Crack my teeth on the backboard.
Don't know if I could hold my breath for 45 seconds. That's for sure.
Back when I was swimming, I think I got to like a minute 10, and then I was like starting to get fuzzy. What?
Sadie going on with the chemical facts in the chat there. Ray Miller simulated Earth's early atmosphere, methane, ammonia, hydrogen, and water vapor with an electrical spark to mimic lightning resulted in the formation of amino acids. Yes, and some proteins too. And you only need carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen to create organic material. Indeed. But with some other stuff, it'd be even better. Let's see. What's that? Oh boy!
If you could go, like, I'm going to give you the Neil deGrasse Tyson spaceship from Cosmos. What are you going to go see in our solar system? Like what's crazy cool that you would want to go see?
I want to go well, not that they'll be gone in my lifetime, but I kind of want to go see the rings of Saturn and all the outer planets. That'd be kind of cool.
I was going to say Saturn too, but for a slightly different reason. I want to see the hexagon. Like its South Pole has like a giant 500-mile, perfectly symmetrical hexagon on its South Pole. And that's weird. And I would like to see that with my brain. My brain would like to use my eyes to see what that is. But the radiation out there is so nasty.
Indeed, yes.
Make you not want to go out there.
Yeah, indeed. I think another thing I'd like to see is that comet or interstellar object that's flying through our solar system right now. Would be kind of neat to go see.
Just drive right next to it.
Yeah, just drive right now. Let's jump in that fucking Tesla that's on orbit and drive over there and check it out.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad. You just open the door of the spaceship, jump across onto the comet. As long as you're matched the speed, it should be fine. There's no wind resistance. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just ride the comet.
A little hard to breathe. Just roll the window down a little.
Well, then, Neil, you'll let all the heat out. Which would be our only problem, it'd be so cold.
Fair enough.
And pressureless.
Yeah. It's not a Ford either, so it doesn't have one of them Ford heaters that everyone's famous for, or that Ford's famous for. Yeah, it would have that wussy ass Tesla heater. I honestly think we should fucking launch all the Cybertrucks into orbit, or into the sun would be better.
But then what would all the aliens do? Like, hey, the Earth Federation is now banished and exiled because of their space litter. Like, you can't just throw your empties. You know what I mean? Just because nobody wants these cars and we put them in space, will be like the trailer park of the solar system. The Martians wake up. Can you see what their yard is? There's just all of these cars everywhere.
And fridges.
So trashy. Yeah. Half rusted out. There's like a beehive in one of the cars. Like, it's just bad.
A beehive in space. Oh shit.
Sanford and Son won't even.
Yeah, Earth is now known as Sanford and Son's lot.
Right.
I watched that show as a kid. It was funny.
Love me some Red Fox.
Hell yeah.
A fellow St. Louis native.
There you go. So I do have, like, in case we do get someone in here and they think that they can prove that there's a God, I'm using my new thing that I do, which is and I tried it last week, but they didn't go for it, which is the minifigure machine. And if you can guess a few of these in a row that I would pull out, because God would obviously be able to tell you.
Right.
So,
it'd be easy for him.
Right. Exactly. Then if you can convince me by guessing 3 in a row, right, then I might actually consider that there may be something to it.
So you just step out of the 4th dimension, cut through the 5th, look at the answer, cut back through, and then tell us the answer in the 4th. And it's fine.
I'm thinking, people always talk about dimensions this and dimensions that. And from what I understand, from what I know of the amount of quantum physics that I've consumed on a personal level, is that dimensions aren't really like, they seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I don't know how you can get into some of the apparently higher dimensions, but
so the math says that they should be there, and
yes, at least 11 apparently.
Right, which works perfectly for string theory and for the quantum theory. That stuff is, but for us, it's kind of like we have an X, Y, and Z, and that's like our 3 spatial dimensions. So then when we keep saying like higher dimensions, like we keep thinking like there should be like X, Y, Z, and then like an alpha and a beta, and like maybe not, like maybe it doesn't work that way, and like these 3 are different and the other ones are different, but like you can what do they call it? You can translate something in 1.5 dimensions by just like putting the inverse of it, but only the top half of it. That's times the 1.5 dimension that's how the math works. So like some of that 10-dimensional stuff like is more of that like translational kind of moving the numbers around to mean the same thing. But I would love if we had a fourth spatial dimension, like back, forward, up, down, and then like we don't even have a word for it, but just in some other kind of direction. But we picked these dimensions, you know what I mean? It's not exactly like we did make this up to explain. We made up the labels for everything so that we can understand it, but for that thing we don't understand, the language is not quite there yet. So like that extra spatial dimension for like a wormhole or something like that would be great.
Yeah. Wormhole would be really cool. Except I'm still not entirely sure if they've actually proven that a wormhole like that would exist. I think they've seen teeny tiny ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could expand them to that kind of size, but
how are you gonna keep it open? That's right. The only thing. That's why we probably don't see it. Yeah, that's a lot of energy to rip open the fabric of space-time in a way that's useful for you. And like I want to Doctor Strange it. Just put the ring on, a couple of wax on, wax off, and I'm in Iceland checking out a volcano. Then a couple more circles, check out the equator.
The whole thing at once.
It's a big red line in the ground. It goes through Africa and South America. Everybody can see it.
I see. If I had that ring and I did a circle, I'd automatically want it to open up in Naruto land in Japan, and I'd go right into there. Yes. Right?
There's a lot
We have to plan a trip there, dude. We have to plan a trip there.
Well, the goal was like for my 40th, I want to spend it in Japan. My 40th birthday. So we got a little time.
All right.
Let's do it.
I think
everybody get your passports. We're making a trip.
We're going to Japan, even though they
kind
of are shy about tourists these days because of all the assholes that have gone there and acted like assholes.
Yeah, I'll be wearing a big "I'm sorry" T-shirt the whole time. They just say "I'm sorry" in like 18 different
Canada on the shirt too.
In like 18 different languages, just an apology, just a blanket apology, just like, hey, I know. I know.
You can bring a little mini ghetto blaster with the song "I'm sorry." So sorry.
They're like, we hate that song. Damn it. But I would they also have Super Nintendo World.
Yes, they do.
People are go-karting with real Mario Karts.
Right? Like that would be awesome.
We don't get nothing over here. Frickin' Disneyland. Is that supposed to satisfy me?
What's this? Do not follow people who are just trying to. Oh, I missed that.
Just trying to live with a phone in their face. Yeah, some of the I won't name them, but a lot of those assholes who were like on a Bluetooth speaker playing like the bomb sirens from like Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and like just like recording people in places they're not supposed to be recorded. Just being real. Oh, I'm an edgelord. Well, now you're a prisoner. So. I hope the super chats were worth it, buddy, because you will be in jail for quite some time. Enjoy your stay, because you're not in America anymore.
Thanks to these people too, that there's going to be different pricing for tourists and stuff like that.
Great.
Yeah.
But that's what I've always had. Lots and lots of respect for other cultures, as well as tons of extra money to pay for shit. Like both of those things, I've always had extra money for. I need to save that money. What if I need to buy a sword and have to have it mailed back to the States? What if I become a samurai when I'm over there? Like, I don't know. It could happen.
Yeah, that could happen. Well, I think Ollie thinks he's a samurai now. He's got one of them katanas there. So
when I go over there, I'm just going to put on like the Groucho Marx, like nose, glasses, mustache combo. I'm like,
no one will recognize you.
I'm like, I'm from here, sir.
Yeah, that'll work.
What do you mean go to the airport? Sir, I live here. This is my home. This is
It would be a cool
our
place to
home.
live. Yes, that's better.
We live here, sir. Stop calling the police or I'm going to run away from you. My man.
I know a guy. All he says, I know a guy.
That's too close to the chest, Ollie. You got to know a guy who knows a guy. You know what I mean? You don't want them coming back to you with it. Well,
it doesn't seem like we got any bites today. Shit, a couple weeks back, Justin was hosting this with me, and we had callers out the wazoo.
Justin's cute. They like to talk.
You're cute too. It must be me.
I watch on her so I can for sure kick your butt, Dale. Yeah, get him, Wes. Let's get some physical violence in the chat. I'm all about. No, I'm just kidding. Infidels
ninja fights in the chat.
Ooh, I wish Naruto Land was real because I would definitely go live in the Hidden Cloud Village, which is the Black People Village. I don't know who needs to hear that, but we finally got our own. It's the Hidden Cloud is our place. That's why Killer B is from there, and A, and the sister's name is C, which I thought was funny. A, B, and C. They was rapping. They had mixtapes. He was trying to be an R&B singer. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. And they got dark skin. Like, this is my place. Oh, cool. And
yeah, but you gotta talk like B.
Okay. Baby. Oh, you watch the English ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I only know the Japanese Killer B, and he is amazing.
He's still pretty cool in the English one too. He talks in fucking rap rhymes the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Baby. And the Japanese one. Baby. Baby. Just the random English words in there. I love it.
Yeah.
English is real in Naruto Land, in case you guys were wondering. But they got like Game Boys and shit now in Boruto.
We have somebody in the chat who says, I have proof of God. It's demonstrable. Good.
Care to share with the class?
Yeah, give us a call. I'd love to see this if it's demonstrable. I've got a way to test that too. So we can, do a double thing maybe and see if we can convince us.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, we're not going to yell at you. Well, I guess I can't really promise that. But.
Nah, I got 6 pounds of Dave's meat in my stomach, so I won't be yelling at anybody. I'm going to be fighting to keep my eyes open.
So Jameer says, for centuries, Christians have failed to provide a demonstrable bit of evidence. I goes, I suppose, but for the first time, I could. Oh, all right. I want to hear this. Like, call in, man. Give us a call.
I feel like you're just trying to lead us along so that we'll talk to you, and you don't actually have the proof. You're not going to actually tell us. You're going to tell us that you're going to tell us, but then you won't tell us. I feel like you're teasing us.
Sadie says we're all going to Canada to live with Neil. I don't think there's enough.
Neil and Ollie are going to be fucking jam-packed.
Yeah.
Dave, all you idiots who decide to go online and let us Americans know that you guys, you shouldn't have been so nice.
Mr. John Hudson is in the chat. Hello, John.
Hey, John. Howdy, partner.
So interesting. You already know this, I think, but my schedule that I have, I use this little app. It's just a notepad app, and the page that I had all of my scheduled stuff on there is gone. It just somehow deleted itself. It's not the first time it happened. It happened many years ago when I first started using the app. So I've been slowly but surely trying to put people back into slots where they were. I'm still missing like over half of the freaking people I scheduled. I got a message out to Valkai, to Forrest, so hopefully he gets back to me. And I've been able to reach out to a couple other folks. And I found a few conversations. that I've had with people about coming on, and I just grab the info from there and put them back on, like Dr. Ben when he returns to the show, Sadie when she comes back on at the end of this month. We got a couple. We got 2 of our shows before September's over are going to be DSU episodes. So DSU means deconversion story. Yeah, deconversion stories update, which is people that have been on the show by a couple of years or past. So they get to come back on and tell us how things are going now. So we got a couple of folks, so you can expect to see Sadie in the chat there on the show on the 27th. So, and a few more bricks beyond belief. Oh, which reminds me, I got to upload that new intro because it's fucking funny. Yeah. Bricks beyond belief. Brick beyond belief.
Brick. I was in there with so I had to load your, where's my thing at? So I had to load your voice onto like one of these. Oh, where am I at? Mm-hmm. One of these. So I'm sitting there like brick. Just every time I pressed it, just a little giggle would come out. I'm like, all right. Seriously though, brick. Okay, I need to press record and do brick. And then I go brick. Like slow it down.
Hilarious.
It took way longer than it should have, just because I am 12.
Me too, up here.
Yeah. 12-year-olds are not so bad. They're annoying as shit and they smell bad, but they get better.
What's that?
12-year-olds. They're kind of annoying and they're kind of smelly, but they're funny as hell.
Have you ever been to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament?
No.
A room full of smelly teenagers. And I'm like one of a handful of old people, and they're going, "Holy crap!"
To be fair, young lads don't know that they're stinky. We can't smell our own musk. We didn't know. Okay, so we're sorry we stunk up the whole room. Because I mean, if you walk into a room with like 3 teenage boys, you're like, "Whew, smells like puppies in here." The hell? National Geographic. Discovery Channel.
Yeah, I wish I could call, but I have no phone. Oh, so I can just reveal this revelation. You can use the link at the bottom of the screen, which isn't there right now, apparently, to actually call in from your computer. Do Jameer. It. So,
I mean, or you could type it. You know what I mean? You could just type it.
Yes.
That works too.
Yeah, so you can use your computer to talk to us, man. Mm-hmm. We won't bite, I promise. And I've got something that people might consider. Karen Butcher says puppies smell a lot better. True. I got a method that's like, I'll tell you what. Well, first of all, I got to know if you speak with God. Have you ever spoken with God? And if that's the case, then you can probably speak to him at any time, because he's always listening. So I would say call in and then speak with God and tell him to tell me the 3 ones that will come out of here in the order that I pull them out. And they're minifigures, by the way. This is a Lego thing. And if you guess all 3, then I'm going to be like, shit, you know what? That's actually pretty convincing. To get 3 in a row, that's not an easy feat.
You'd
Guessing
push
1 could happen, 2 even, but 3?
If he gets 3, you can slide me over into the maybe category.
Absolutely.
So, hey, just do a real quick prayer and then figure it out.
Yeah, I missed what he had said earlier.
I didn't see it.
So if you think of God, that alone is proof of existence. No, it's not. It's proof that you're thinking.
Unicorns are not real because I can imagine them.
You just debunked yourself by using the statement "God exists in our imagination." That's like a self-debunking statement.
Well, Mr. Villarosa, thanks for playing. That was a very quick game. Anybody else have the evidence of God without refuting themselves before we can even get to the real?
Thanks, Trusty, but I don't think we're holy smokes.
Hey, Trustee.
My smokes have not been blessed by the Pope. At
That
least
Pope
not that I'm aware
smoke.
of. Yeah.
That Pope smoke.
Yeah.
But
good
if
to see
he's
you, though.
but if what he's trying to describe is that everyone creates their own God with their own brain, then I think what you're talking about is like your conscience, right? Like your inner voice, like your inner monologue. I mean, you could call it your God, but I don't think that's what everyone else in the religion is talking about. That's not what they're talking. Like that might be
Yeah, I
what
don't
you
think so.
mean, but that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about a supernatural dude who chills up in a cloud and
And can
like
interact with us, not in our
right,
imaginations.
got the beard, you know, his kid
Hey,
came down
Greg.
here for a little bit. Like that's who they're talking about. So if you're talking about something different, I mean, you have to convince them that their God is that. And I don't know that that's going to work because they're going to say that they talk to the same God. Yeah,
What
God
would
was
be
talking
the
to Janet
opposite?
yesterday and they're talking to me today. Would say
Greg S. says, what's the opposite of God? What would the opposite of God be?
dog.
Dog? Well, that's the reverse. Like that's what is that? Palindrome, right? Or something like that, or whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
call
It's the reciprocal.
them. Sure. But if you ask me, wouldn't it be the devil?
Theo got it. Theo got it. Yeah, dog.
Dog, yeah. Actually, there was a local band.
Ton says,
Local
I may
band
be
where
the
I-
opposite of God.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a band here in Vancouver. I think we were in Vancouver, but they called themselves Dogzilla instead of Godzilla.
Oh, yo. All through Toledo. Dogzilla.
Do Godzilla. Dogzilla. Oh, sorry.
Had to switch it to Toledo because Tokyo gets Godzilla. Toledo
That's right.
gets Dogzilla.
Oh, nobody wants to phone us.
Yeah, Theo says Mikey and me think alike. Yeah, dude. Because if you say the opposite, that's what I'm immediately gonna do. Does the spaghetti monster demands or prohibit any behavior? I don't think so. I think our flying spaghetti monster and his noodly appendage. I think it's just kind of be cool, right? Like,
Yep.
it's
Pretty
like
much that's his message.
it's mostly like pool party, skate party rules. Like, don't steal other people's skates. Don't pee in the pool. Like, just normal stuff.
Don't be in the pool or we'll swim in your toilet.
And then you'll be sorry.
I think
Just you wait.
as far as I'm to understand, he adheres to the 7 tenets of the Satanic Temple.
That's cool.
So I may have just erased my driver's license. There's a magnet in my computer. Anyway, oh well, I never needed it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs a license?
Now, you can already tell that the 7 tenets of the
Oh my God.
of the Satanic Temple are much better than the 10 Commandments.
Ton says, I am from Toledo. Told you I was the opposite of God.
Holy Toledo. Yeah, why do they call it Holy Toledo if he's the opposite of God?
Because who can defeat the holy but the holy?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. It's like the spear of destiny in the man. I need to watch Constantine again. For my mountain to come onto our plane, he would need divine help.
All right, here, let's see. What's that now? Oh, it was your answer from when I told you Michael was going to drop the thing in there.
And I said, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Following the flying spaghetti monster would be, less of a strainer on society. Infidel, 30 lashings in the town square. You have strained me. I feel strained. The Catholics just made a 15-year-old millennial a saint who never performed a miracle, just to let you know how serious Catholics are. I mean, the Pope is from the South Side. You know what I mean? He's a diehard Sox fan, which is, I mean, they were over there bringing him Italian beefs and deep dish pizzas and shit like that. I'm like, yo, the earth is so ghetto. Like, this is the most ghetto planet ever. Homie's like, I am the vicar of Christ, and I will explain the divinity, the divine message coming from above. Oh my God, they brought me an Italian beef. Like, what is going on?
The hell?
Oh, it's the sea lions. Look out, Neil.
No, it's a baby crying somewhere in there. So here we go. We're all familiar with the Ten Commandments. At least most of us probably are. But the
Lust. Oh.
The 7 fundamental tenets. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy. You know, that word that Charlie didn't like. Towards, although, you know, before I can carry on, I want to clear something up. I'm not like speaking up for the guy, but that has been sort of misrepresented, because he said that he thought that empathy was a bad word, but he was all for sympathy. Like, that's all said in that statement. They just left all that part out of it to try and use it as fuel to show he still wasn't a good person. So, but there you go. That's so you actually know the whole thing about that. I did not have a baby. Anyway, so one should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reality. That's the first tenet. The second tenet, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is involatile, subject to one's own will alone. That's the third tenet. Number 4, the freedom to others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedom of another is to forego your own. And number 5, beliefs should conform to our best scientific understanding of the world and reality. We should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit our beliefs. And number 6, people are fallible. If we make a mistake, we should do our best to rectify it and resolve any harm that may have been caused. And finally, number 7, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. There you go. And those sound like a lot better things to abide by than the 10 fucking commandments.
Well, first of all, Neil, first rule, I'm the only God. Second rule, I'm the only God.
Refer to the first rule.
I'm the only God. Like, it's just like a very, yeah, we are glitching. It's,
are you listening?
Like, the 10 Commandments reads like a very insecure dude's like, what the hell? What's happening? There we go. But the 10 Commandments reads like somebody who's like super insecure about like a lot of things. Like, it just like, it just reads like someone who's kind of like not very confident in like their ability to be the god of this. Like, they're just not very confident in their ability to be the god of this planet. Like, they're just really not. But like, dude, don't make idols, man. Like, you know, I don't like that. Like, it's so like, you fucking, if you created everything, what the hell do you care about an idol? But he has to say something about the, you know what I mean? Like, he has to say something about the idol. He's like, don't be in love with stuff that ain't me because I made you. It's like, okay, man. But you also made this other stuff and that stuff's kind of cooler than you. No, it's not. I'm the cool one. It's like, all right, man. It's like it's like a drunken stepdad trying to like buy our attention. It's like, dude, just get your life together, and then people will love you. But you just can't get your shit together.
I never got any cash.
Affection. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, follow me, and you like live forever. It's like, maybe I don't want to. And he's like, come on, you gotta. And it's like, maybe I'm cool with just, you know, letting my legacy be what it is. But we could sing like Silent Night for 1,000 years. It's like, nah, I don't like that song that much. It's like, oh, come on. Just desperately trying to get us to please be friends with him. But it's cool. It's cool that people write fiction in that way. They're allowed to. But as a bit of a lyricist and a freelance writer myself, the tone is all off, man. Like if you're trying to write a book to get people to love you, that was not it, you know? Like, yeah, that's a miss. The tone's way off. The pacing is terrible. I mean, you got all the theme music for the whole book is in the middle. What the hell is that?
Yeah, sorry, Theo.
Poems in between.
Randolph said he'll jump in here with me one day soon, so he just had some shit he had to take care of. No mic. Oh, okay. Your computer doesn't have one built in? That's weird. I don't know if I can even buy a computer without a built-in mic.
I told you he was going to tease us, Neil.
Yeah. He's dangling the carrot and going,
I have the answers to all of life's questions, but I don't have a mic. Well, fine then.
Yeah, that's all right. But however, your whole idea that if God exists in your imagination, then he exists. No. Existence requires coordinates, not your imagination. That's why I always have a problem when I'm arguing with Christians or debating with Christians. Well, obviously we can't see God. We can't hear him, right? And they're, he exists outside of space and time. Well, then he doesn't exist because those are both required for existence in this universe. Maybe.
Or maybe not. Like, that's that. Brain story. I have a funny brain story. So
I have a funny brain, so I'm good.
I had to take Stinky Mama up to bed. She fell asleep downstairs, so I had to take her upstairs to go to sleep. Put her down. I was listening to probably the Bin podcast. Some show I was listening to. And then I got the headphones in. And then like I set her down, and then I went out to the garage for dad time, came back in, and then I sat down and I was still listening to the show, or it was like a YouTube video. So I'm like still watching the show, like on and off, kind of getting distracted, wash my hands, make a sandwich, living my best life because the kid's asleep and I'm not getting screamed at. And I'm just so glad. And I sit down and I fire up Titanfall 2. And I'm playing Titanfall 2, and I'm 2 rounds into Frontier Defense, which is like you and a couple of other guys against like hordes of enemy mech robots. Very fun. I am enjoying myself immensely. I go to turn down the volume because I wanted to listen to what the person was saying, and I realized that I had hallucinated the fucking sound effects for that game the entire time. My headphones were plugged into my phone, not my computer. But I heard that game until I tried to adjust it and realized that there was nothing plugged into it. So, yeah, that's why we measure things.
That's right.
That's why we have to have data for things. Because I knew I was playing that game. And I was like, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. The fuck? What have I just been hearing?
I see. So Jameer says he's got a desktop computer, which they don't always come with mics. So yeah, okay, I get it. That's fine. It's too bad you weren't a gamer, because then you probably would have had like headphones and a little mic-y thingy to go there and talk.
These aren't expensive.
No, these are dirt cheap. That's why I got one, and they're really good too. And they even do stereo, so you can do ASMR if you want.
I think we got ours almost similar time. Dude, this mic our mics are almost 10 years old.
I know.
I can't recommend them enough. This is not a plug, but this is the same one.
Yeah. These things are so old, they have an old USB type plug.
Yeah.
The old A type, USB, I think is what they call them.
Is that, I think this is the mini. Because there's like a mini and there's a micro. Don't unplug it. I almost did it too.
No, I was going to grab something else that has that
Oh.
end on it, that attachment on it. Oh, there it is. So the one that I have, anyways, I don't know about you, but I'm sure they're all the same. I got this little, it's my pouch of different attachments. Not from an adult store, people. Calm down.
His pouch of many things.
And it has this end on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an A type, I think they call that.
Because you know what? Also, Neil, we're in different countries.
Fair enough.
Because sometimes we don't call shit the same thing anyway.
True enough.
We could both be 100% right and opposing each other.
Well, I don't think we're opposing each other, but
I oppose you.
I oppose you. You bastard. What's that? Sound like fucking Bane there for a second. Oh, yes, Batman. I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness. I didn't see the light until I was already a man.
Is that USB Mini? Oh, IQ says it was USB Mini. Sure, there you go.
If anybody knows the name of that joint, is IQ. Woo! Clutch in the chat. That's what I'm talking. That's my dog, man. What up, IQ?
What's up, IQ? Been a
He
while,
was like,
brother.
someone's gonna need a very specific connector and question answered, and he appeared.
Yeah, he never appears in our after parties anymore, though.
It's a Saturday night, man.
Well,
You
yeah,
know.
fair enough. Fair enough. We're introverts. He's not. I get it.
Me and my wife love being introverts together. We'll even do like that, like doing two separate things in the same room together, and that is us bonding. You know, she's reading a book and I'm playing Clash Royale upside down, stretching my back. That's quality time right there.
Type B Mini. Oh, I thought it was Type A, but okay. Yeah,
A-
I like the Type
A is
C.
the
Type
other
C is like
one.
the universal one now, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
I got
Skeptic Philosopher in the chat. Why don't you come and host one of these with me? I'd love to have your wisdom in here. I'm just a dumbass that yells at believers. You actually have some arguments.
Like I ain't even sitting over here. Ain't that crazy? You hear
No,
how he
no,
talks
that's
about me?
obviously
You
I'm
see
not going
what
to
I'm
replace
saying?
you.
He
I
said,
meant
why can't
another
I get?
time.
He said, I wish I could get some wisdom on the show.
No, he's oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, none taken.
Type C plugs right into your electrical outlet. It'll be fine.
Oh shit. I used to be slightly jealous of people who had I think USB A is the big wide one where you plug everything how you used to plug everything in before. See, that's A, I think the big wider one.
Yeah, it could be. I don't
But
fucking know.
I was super jealous when I'd see people had those like in their outlets. I was like, damn, then you could plug your cord. You don't even have to look for a brick.
Yeah, no, I got them
Damn.
here. I got them here in our plugs too. I can plug USB into there.
Well,
Some
now
of the new ones even have Type C now. So you just need a double-ended Type C, and away you go.
And then you could plug in half the shit that runs your house now.
Yeah, I don't have that yet, but I do have a USB outlet, 2 of them in the electrical thing that came with my little side table. So
The same people I'm talking about are the same people on the call, people. That's what I'm saying. Neil over here got the literal thing I'm talking about. It looks so cool.
Ken Thomas comes and goes, this show wouldn't know what to do with wisdom.
Where
I
would
don't know.
we put it?
I'd be able to answer you if you even had any. So there you go.
Oh, so I'm trying to figure out why it's like still green screening me, but it's only doing it in the call. That's very strange.
I don't know.
Purple.
Muy. How you doing, Purple?
Hi, Purple. Purple.
Looks like you're glitching again, man.
Oh, okay. Working on it.
Mhm.
Working on it.
Sort of, kind of. You kind of flash in and out. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, signal strength looks good. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's still doing it. That's so weird. It bothers me. That's okay.
Maybe the bandwidth area that you're in is full up.
Well, everybody in my area, turn your shit off right now. Turn it off.
Yeah, that'll work.
Unplug your shit. Unplug your shit right now. Unplug all your routers right now. Get on the towers. I need the LAN. I have a very important call right now, and all of you get off the internet. Or else I will glitch so much. Ooh, good question from Tons of Mice. Why isn't this show on Twitch so I can make some clips? I think you can do it on YouTube. I think they added that. But I think you have to wait until it's over, which is not as fun.
Jameer just produced yet another self-defeating comment.
How he gonna say another proof of God? The first one was wrong. you can't say this.
What does that even mean?
Second attempt, second try on the first attempt. Like, what are you talking about?
So if we use the logic using logic leads to the conclusion that it does not exist. Okay, well, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But to reach God, one must transcend logic. What? Yeah, I don't think you understand what logic is.
Let me read it again. Maybe we misunderstood. Maybe we misunderstood. Using logic leads to the conclusion that he does not exist. Right.
Yes.
And then
possible conclusion, right? Because you can't prove either way. Unless there's something to scientifically verify, you can't prove either way.
I mean, I'm just
going by look at the trees till you're blue in the face. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm just going by what he said. He says using logic leads to the conclusion that he does not exist. Cool. We agree. And then I'm just not going to read the rest of that because y'all like to cherry pick stuff. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cherry pick that sentence out of what you said and believe that. I have faith in that.
Let me tell you, I have 3 things that I usually bring up. Well, 2 to be more precise. About whether or not there's a God. Because honestly, without something to test, which is why I have this, because we could test it if you were a willing participant to do so. God can't exist because if people say, well, God answers prayers. Okay, if that's the case, then why hasn't he answered the more than likely thousands of prayers from the children being molested by clergy, the very people that claim to speak for God? Thousands of them. Why hasn't he answered a single one of those prayers? Like, why doesn't he intervene? Because if God is all-knowing, then he would already know ahead of the event happening that it was going to happen, and he could stop it from happening to begin with, but doesn't. He sits silently. Or, as someone else on a different call-in show, I believe Tracy said this, does he whisper in their ear, I'm going to get you later for this? Because that's not a very good thing to do. That's like literally shitty thing to do. So that's one of the reasons I don't think a God possibly can exist, because if he's not answering those kinds of prayers, then yet he's finding Buffy's fucking keys for her Volkswagen Jetta and in Beverly Hills, then he's a shit God. So yeah. And secondly,
what's the point?
Shit, I forgot the other one I was going to say. God damn it. This is what getting old does to you. He chose to let man have free will. See, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Ken, for reminding me. You can't have free will and God has a plan. They cancel each other out. Okay. Even with free will, God knew ahead of time that these people were going to be molesters. Yet he let them be born and let them do what they do, knowing full well that it was going to bring pain and suffering to children. Mind you, if you read a lot of the Old Testament scripture, he doesn't give a shit about children anyway. But that's my problem. Okay. That's why I don't think God can exist. He can't. Not if he does that.
And if he did, and he didn't do anything, why would you serve him?
Yeah.
If that's cool with him,
that kind of guy.
Like, why would that be your guy? Literally has Superman strength and all this, every magical power you can think of, but still lets it happen. Why won't you get off your ass and do something?
No, Ken. I said if God has a plan, then free will cannot exist. Because your free will then could very well throw his plan, throw a wrench into his plan because suddenly you did something he didn't see or didn't expect you to do. You see, according to most Christians, God is all-knowing. So he already knows what you're going to do throughout your entire life. So, which means he knew I was going to be an atheist. Free will is in his plan. You don't get it, Ken. You can't have both. You cannot have free will and God's plan. They do not mesh.
Like when they do like the like with like turtles or babies at like a basketball game or something, they have them like race across the court, and then everyone's like, go turtle number 4, and then they're just kind of like going, and it's kind of like a random thing. You don't know who wins. Like, your plan can't be for it to be random. And all the outcomes are because then it wouldn't be random.
We have somebody. Oh, wait, it must be a computer call because I don't see. Wait a minute. What? Oh, how the hell did I get logged in? Or logged out? Wait, what?
Way to go, Neil.
Hold on a second.
Why?
Why is this doing this? Hold on, just a sec. For some reason, it bumped me off the page. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened, but I got bumped off the page. We have Robert from Louisiana. He's an atheist. Wants to make an atheist wants to make an argument for the existence of God. All right.
Challenge accepted.
Robert.
Hey, man. How's it going, Neil?
How are you? Nice to have you call on the show.
I generally am. Yeah. I seen y'all were looking for one and no one was coming on. And I remembered I had an old one that I wrote about 3 years ago that I actually
just when you were a believer?
A book for a little bit of space filling. And I'd like to give it to you and see your thoughts on it.
Sure.
Okay. This was called the Doggle Argument of Abstract Truth. It has 4 premises. It's a syllogism form, but it is one of the longer syllogism forms because it has 4 primary premises. Number 1 is abstract entities such as numbers, mathematical truths, and logical principles exist independently of physical universe. For example, 2 + 2 = 4 is true regardless of any physical object embodying it. And the principle of logic remains constant regardless of any physical manifestation.
Okay, hold on, Robert.
You would contest on the first premise.
Yes, I would, because...
okay. All right.
Hang on, because numbers and stuff like that is something that we kind of came up with to be able to do math. Like math would exist if we were here or not, right? Because there'd still be geometry, there'd still be trigonometry, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
It's just we came up with a system to measure it and use it. So that's just an idea that we came up with in order to be able to comprehend and use math. So
It's
don't-
fancy labeling for causation.
yeah.
So the 12 number system or the 10 number system or whatever number system that you want to use, it is arbitrary and regardless of the symbology, but the systematic form of it, it's still working to represent objectivity. It is still a universal truth, regardless of any arbitrary symbols that we use or anything like that, right?
Sure.
Okay, all right. And I'm not truly trying to argue this. This was something that I constructed, like I said, years ago, and then moves to premise 2. These abstract entities are neither spatial nor temporal, and do not change or interact causally. So they cannot arise from or depend on the physical universe. They don't depend on physicality for that thing to be universally true. You got cool?
Yeah, I'm cool. That's fine with me because they don't really exist physically until we use like a chalkboard or something to write a formula.
Right.
Yeah.
Premise 3, and I'm sure you'll get a little quibbly with this one. The independent existence of abstract entities suggests a transcendent reality, please let me finish, that contains or grounds these abstract truths. However, abstract entities are not causally active and thus cannot explain their own existence. They don't have a foundational causation of these abstract truths.
Well, yeah, of course. An idea can't explain itself. I get that. That's fine.
Okay, all right. Last one, premise 4. Only a conscious mind can recognize or comprehend abstract truths, which suggests that if abstract entities, let me finish out, exist independently, they are contained in or recognized by an eternal transcendent mind.
See, that's where the leap comes in.
No, he just did the leap, but then you're like, oh, okay. And then he said it like he buttoned it together, like, aha. But yeah, that was the step 3 one, is the big one, with it that there's a higher dimensional knowledge plane, and that like no.
So that's a leap too. But still, yeah. I agree that that numbers and mathematics is until we give it some kind of form, we use numbers and formulas. It's like an abstract thing, but and it can't recognize itself. It needs some sort of conscious mind to do that, and I get that. However, I forgot the last thing you said. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I'm sorry. Again, this is just from my book. Only a conscious mind can recognize or comprehend abstract truths, which suggests that if abstract reality exists independently, they are contained or in or recognized by an eternal transcendent mind.
That's the part that I think is a leap, because abstract things, exist independently, sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that last part that you said there was some sort of.
That's why I kind of answer the first part with like the that it's just a list of cause. It's just this, like, numbers are just causal descriptions, right? Like, because we're talking about real events. So if there is this magic universe with nothing in it, then there's nothing to describe. There's nothing to have to add you don't have to add or subtract anything, because in this universe there is not. But because there are things that can interact with each other, math comes out of that, out of the necessity to describe it. You don't have to describe it. You just throw it. You can just throw the potato at the wall. It doesn't matter. But if we want to describe it using language, then yes, we do. But if we wanted to just, but for it to happen, we don't need math.
Yeah, sure. So this is how I look at this whole process. First of all, by the way, I called this the doggle argument from the word boondoggle. I kid you not. It's just a waste of time. It's a filler, throwaway argument. But anyway, there was Daniel Dennett wrote on this subject, and I don't know if y'all have ever read any of Daniel Dennett.
I have, yes. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Amazing individual. But he talks on this in evolutionary terms about the development of consciousness, and that there's these constructs that we kind of build, that get evolutionarily built inside of our consciousness.
Right.
And such as a spider building a specific type of spider web, like that spider web. And again, this is something that Richard Dawkins does too, but that a very specific pattern spider web will be built and it'll be stored as genetic memory in the next organism. They may never have even seen their parent organism, but they know how to build the exact same spider web.
Yes.
And that is a genetic memory that's passed on, that it's working. So they build the exact same spider web.
Genetic memory.
But in the same way that they know, I use that word loosely, they know that spider web will work, or they have an internal impulse that spider web will work. Yes. It is because it is genetically instilled. In the same way, things and concepts like numerical systems or logical conclusions that we have to have, everything is causal, so to speak. And that they can't be mutual exclusive incompatibilities or things like this. In the same way that the spider web knows, or that the spider knows the spider web will work, consciousness can be formed in a way that it intuitively, or that it kind of by record knows that these are working, these are functional reflections of reality.
But let me,
dude, that's instinct.
Reality.
But hold on, let me put this wrinkle in it. What if what if all of the spiders, like, despite, like, I don't want to trigger anybody, but what do spiders have, like a couple hundred, like 1,000 babies at once? Like all the little spiderlets are floating down their little web parachutes like Charlotte's Web, and it's very cute and cartoonish and not garish and terrifying. So everybody don't at me because I won't respond. So all these spiders come out. Let's say that there is, like, what kind of, like, you can see, you're the spider, you got your web, and you see kind of like the properties of the web, right? And you only have so much smart in your brain. So like a wolf spider is like a ground-based kind of spider, is going to have a much different kind of web. Yeah,
they don't make webs, really.
Well, what's the ones on the grounds with the web?
Like funnel webs? Funnel webs?
Yeah, like a funnel website. So he's gonna like look at his web and the characteristics of it. And he, I only got just enough smart juice in my brain to, like, this is probably the best way to do it. So they could also, I think, alternatively be doing, like, and maybe some of them really suck at webs and they just get eaten or something like that, or they starve to death. But, like, I think that labeling that as, go ahead.
Yeah, but Mike, here's where you're wrong, and I'm telling you, there's a video to watch on this by Richard Dawkins talking about this very specific subject and comparing multiple different spiders and the web patterns that they make, and it is specific to their parent organism. And there's some things in the pattern, like they might do the back forward weave spiders, like weaver spiders, that'll do the back and forward pattern. Yeah. They do that even though there is no purpose to that. It's just, that's something that also that's there in the kind of the evolutionary memory, so to speak, in the genetics. So they come from a parent organism, they blow away, they never even see their parent organism, and then they design a web in the same structural design as their parent organism, even though they've never seen them. And it's not like they're location specific. Like, in this location, one web might work better than another web. So you created that design in the aggregate. I mean, it's not the only animal by far. We have those dirt daubers and stuff that make they back and forward arches that they form the dirt in. They do the start the arch on the left side, finish it to the right side. The dirt daubers do these arches. We have these. I'm trying to think of the name of the wasp that does the same exact design of their home. This is something that's going on in the genetic memory. And when we say no, I know a thing will work, we think of the justified true belief as far as knowledge, but there's something internally that this is instinctual. They know it in that sense, that spider web will work. And it could be in the same way that we have these kind of instinctual, positions of empathy or any of these other instinctual things, and mathematics. It could be something that was pragmatic for us to be able to say, hey, that's 2 apples on that tree, and there's 3 apples on that tree or that direction. So it makes more sense, if that makes sense. So it's something that just pragmatically developed in the same way web designs did.
Well, how do we know that an apple didn't fall off the one that only has 2? And we just weren't there in time to see both of them having 3.
I'm just saying at some point there's likely practical application to be able to add, 5 or 6, to add 4 to 5 and say, hey, this is more, so there's a practical application, and those that can do it are more genetically awarded.
Let me throw you another wrinkle then, Wrinkle Man.
Now you're arguing against this, but okay, go ahead.
I'm just having fun. So what if I'm selecting for one thing and I end up with this memory thing? You know what I mean? Like I want to, like, the outside pressure could give a very large advantage to people who had better memories or something like that, or built their webs in this way. Couldn't this have just been selected in? You know what I mean? So like, just like us, our memories are probably our only superpower. We ain't got no claws. You know
it is our major.
We can't do nothing else. So now that we're just these weird fucking memory creatures, you know what I'm saying, who are just addicted to knowing things and remembering things. How many things can you remember? I can remember all these facts and all the, like, maybe that's just our kink. Are we memory kinkers? Cankles?
I think that's our primary thing. But it's long-term memory, not short-term, because our short-term memory is not as good as like apes and stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen any of these
the counting
short-term memory tests of like chimpanzees and stuff.
It's amazing.
Short-term memory, way ahead of ours, just way ahead of ours.
Yeah, so cool.
There's a reason for that, though.
The videos where they put the numbers on the screens and then they go black, they'll flash like 10 numbers at one time and then close them. And then the chimpanzees are like, yeah, I know where all those are located. They can hit them in order. And, even really good, really smart humans, they're not as good.
Yeah.
We traded it's like the game Simon. You remember Simon? The red, yellow, and you had to remember. I could barely get through fucking 3 or 4 levels of that. Yeah. I'd be like,
Yo, the one button is the worst. That's how that game gets hockey pucked across the floor. Yes, I have definitely seen that thing with the chimps. He's describing it, but you guys need to go watch it. Go watch it, because it's like a TV. It's like a touchscreen old tube TV, and they flash it for like a part of a second, and there's like 20 different numbers that they have to remember this
for each one.
And so they have to have the location on the screen and in the right order. And they'll just be Apple, please. I'm like, get the fuck, bro. That's cheating. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's cheating. But I mean, do they have the capacity to appreciate a piece of art? Maybe we could trade it back in. I'd do that.
I think the difference is they're rewarded by being able to identify like limbs, if they're swinging from limbs or they're having to move quickly. They're being rewarded by not only being able to identify these things fast, that what they can grab and what they can't grab, but also things like predators are more important to them, and even camouflage predators. So being able to identify patterns in a very quick way is just more evolutionarily beneficial to them than it is to us.
So I think we need to release more wild, dangerous predators into our neighborhoods, cities, small towns. We need vipers and crocodiles, and we need some sort of external pressure so we can get our super reflexes back. Imagine playing Call of Duty. If you could react as fast as a chimp, you'd be unstoppable. 250 frames per second. They couldn't touch you. You'd be a blur.
I've always said if you want to get faster deer, so throw some cheetahs into the environment. You'll get some faster deers.
90-mile-an-hour deer. Just smash into the side of your car like a missile.
The plain where cheetahs run, I mean, the deer that they hunt are the fastest deers in the world. They're gazelle for the most part. So that is something that they're always eating the slowest deer, that can't get away. And what you wind up getting is you're constantly pushing that. You're constantly pushing that envelope.
It's an arms race. I love me some cheetahs. They have cheetah kittens at the St. Louis Zoo, and we might go see them. I'm very excited about that.
Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here for just a second, unless y'all had anything more about that. I'd love to show that premise structure to you in a format. Anyway, it was an interesting little thing. I played around with it years ago. I had another guy on comms that we used to go into Discords and have all different type of philosophical arguments. And we kind of sit there and said, what's a good argument to make for a God? And he come up with a different one, and I come up with this one, and I don't remember his, but he come up with something about a God having to be intelligent. It was some adaptation of the. I don't remember. This has been years ago. Forget it.
It's gone.
Well, that's all right, Robert.
To try to come up with these arguments to like.
It's steel manning.
Dragon, so to speak. Yeah. Because if you a lot of these arguments and the structures of the argument, if you make the argument and then you look at it and you're like, oh God, I look at how stupid this. I know this premise or this, this is kind of a semantic ladder or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it gets you more prepared for these type of semantic ladders that people are building towards their ultimate conclusion. Yeah. So I think it's a good exercise to kind of create an argument for the existence of a being like that, and then kind of look and see, where you jumped and cheated and everything else.
Right. Which shortcuts you tried to take, and how many cards you're palming at once.
Right, exactly. If you learn how to be a cheat, it'll be easy to catch a cheat.
Yeah, the pickpocket seldom gets his watch stolen. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't happen. Yeah. It might happen, but not very often.
No, they're wise to that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna jump off of here. I'm gonna just watch y'all on YouTube here. Good talking with y'all here.
Thanks, Robert.
Nice to talk to you, Robert.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. Yeah. Mikey, by the way, I saw your little TikTok the other day about the sirens that you guys have in the area there going on. This is the price you pay for living in the Midwest where it's Tornado Alley, I guess.
I mean, it's like, if it goes off, I will hear it. You know what I mean? Like, at least I got that going.
Yeah.
For me. There's no way I'm missing
It's right in your backyard. I've been to your place.
Yeah. There's no way I'll sleep through any of its soundings, because it is like the horns of Gondor up against your face while you're asleep. So
did it go off when I was there? I don't remember. I think it
happens a lot. I don't know.
But you said it's monthly. They do it monthly, don't they?
Yeah, they test monthly. But I mean, we also get like fucking bad storms a lot, so it should be going off sometimes.
Fair enough.
Whenever they get I think it's a sighting. If they get a sighting, but the sighting's like for a big range of places, so we'll take it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I kind of been reading a lot of what that fella in the chat, Jameer, has been saying.
Oh,
about
I see.
God's existence. It's just nonsensical. Jameer, as you heard from the caller we had momentarily, Robert, moment ago, we're talking about mathematics and things of science and that nature. Did you know that if you were to wipe out every single human conscious mind from this world, and another species rose to the same level of consciousness that we have, and then rebuilt society here, all of that science and mathematics would come back exactly the same as it was before, once we discover it. None of the religious shit would come back the same. Just keep that in mind.
And Sadie's right. Technically, God didn't write the Bible.
No, God didn't write the Bible. Man wrote the Bible.
And voted on the Bible. And
then voted on what was canon.
Like, come on, bro. You can't have the MCU of the Galatians and Ephesians. And they don't cut out Titus. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris even got he's a good guy. What?
You gotta You got to put out the full extended, collect director's edition if you're gonna do it right. Can't just be taking stuff out.
Do we have any other callers? No, don't think so. Don't see anything. Come on, guys, give us a call.
Thursday at noon.
Even if you're not a God believer and you just want to say hi and tell us what a mediocre job we're doing, give us a call.
Tell us how handsome we are.
Well, yeah, anyway, I don't know. I kind of look like yesterday's dog's breakfast.
Is that still in there? No. Zero always eats his breakfast.
Sadie says, mansplained the Bible. Yep. So if any of you do catch this and it's not live and you're just checking it out and see what was happening, and you are someone that is deconstructing and you're having some issues and some mental problems and stuff going on, I highly recommend you give these guys a call. Recovering from Religion. They can help you. There's the link on the bottom there. It's kind of recoveringfromreligion.org. Yes, they're a great organization and they've helped many people. And I'm a big promoter of theirs. So definitely a good one to check out.
Sadie says, Ymir, you're arguing with someone who was forced to memorize the Bible in school. I think a lot of Christians forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might have had like a pretty bland, it's not that bad kind of Christian experience. Most of the rest of us had to go to 17 meetings a week, had to play drums and then go cut the grass at the church. We were church folk. So if you're just a casual church person and you just watch a lot of stuff online, you're not like us. It's just, there's levels to this. So if you're on the entry level, maybe some of the veterans, who are sons of preachers, maybe, for example, can let you know, yeah, it's a hustle, bro. it's a hustle for cash. I know.
Yeah. Skeptic Philosopher says, I always wonder what the call center lady that answers Skeptic Haven thinks about these name and positions. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can pop an answer in for you. If they're watching. Well, if they're in the chat. Jameer says you need to have faith. That first line right there pisses me off because
plagiarism.
Faith is belief without evidence. So why the hell would I need to have belief without evidence? I don't believe things until they are evident.
Well, how come they don't have faith in science?
Now, I could believe something and then take it to a lab and test it to find out if that belief is justified and valid. And if it turns out it's not, then I no longer believe in it, because why would you? So, and I work in a lab daily. Well, not daily, but 5 days a week. We'll say that because that's what I do. So I have the capability to test for stuff. So I don't need faith, because if I believe something, that's how do you think most of the scientific hypotheses start? Oh, I got this idea, which is a belief. So I'm going to go into the lab and I'm going to give this a test. I think it's a great idea and I think I might be onto something. You go in, you test it out, and lo and behold, it's true. Well, now that you've demonstrated it's true, at least so far, you get other people to run the tests and they go, yeah, we got the same results. Now there's a group of people that have the same results. Now you can spread that out to even more people that are actually out to disprove you, and that they come up with the same results. Then as a group, you could say, yeah, this is all true. This is now what we call knowledge. So that is why faith is useless. Right? If you know somebody well enough, like I had faith in a few of my partners that they wouldn't cheat on me, and it turns out I wasn't always right. So faith does not always lead you to truth. So just keep that in mind.
Sounds like just guessing and hoping.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think a lot of people guess and hope when things get hard because they're lazy. And instead of being in a hard situation and getting yourself out of it and doing things you really don't want to do to get yourself out of it, they'll just have faith that it'll get better. And that's problematic, because if you cause people to hesitate in that moment where they really need to get their own shit together, but they can't because they're just having faith,
right.
that it'll just that they'll be saved, that's problematic. They shouldn't they shouldn't rely on that kind of stuff, but that's promoted in these religions.
Yes, it is. It is. And I like what my owned said, or me owned. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Faith-based belief is at the heart of the issues plaguing the U.S. currently. Agreed. At least it's a major part of it. Yeah, it's very problematic.
Because more importantly, it slows progress. Like, we lose momentum.
Me own D. Okay. Well, thank you for that. It's the first time I've seen you in any chat, including this show and my show. So nice to meet you. And I already agree with you, and that's a good thing. Yeah. Me own D. I like that.
I'm going with what you said before. You can't use logic when you're reading the Bible. So don't read the Bible.
True. Yeah. Well, you can read the Bible, but read it in the same way I read like old Greek mythology. That's how I read the Bible. I've read the Bible. I've read the Old Testament. I actually have a little tiny mini Torah in my room here somewhere, buried in under a shit ton of books. But yeah, I have all that stuff. It was given to me at my bar mitzvah, mind you. So I think every little Jewish kid gets one of those. But yeah, no, I never. It's funny because I was, oh, by the way, Jameer, just to let you know, God already spoke to me when I was a kid. See, I was born to Christians, and I was put up for adoption and raised by Jewish people because God whispered in my ear and said, no, you're born into the wrong religion. I'm going to put you with the right one. So he put me with Jewish people. He said, you guys are a ripoff. So, okay, not really. But it is true. I was born to a Catholic couple, conceived in the backseat of a 57 Chevy Bel Air hardtop 2-door factory colors. So I think that's the best thing. And the weird thing about that is my adoptive father, the one I grew up with, had that exact vehicle that he was allegedly saving for his firstborn son, which would have been me. I don't know why I poked myself in the face, but that would have been me. Unfortunately, when my dad and his family, his mom and dad, were moved from Florida to Montreal, she made him sell it. So I never got that. And I'm very, very sad. And I never let him forget that until he passed away. That was my last words for him. Fuck you for selling the car. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do something like that.
You made a mistake.
But anyway, yeah. So that was just a joke, by the way, just to throw a little levity on there. Anyway, how's the burger?
It's terrible.
It's no junior bacon cheeseburger. That's
I wanted a little bit. I didn't want all this, but I'm still hungry.
So maybe it was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Heart attack.
That comes later.
Like, I can't even drink soda anymore. I'm such a little hippie now. Fucking eating yogurt with granola in the morning and drinking nothing but water and coffee. I'm weird.
That's me, soda. Water, coffee kind of guy. I do drink. I like to have myself here in Canada. We call it pop. You guys soda and pop. We just took the pop part. You guys kept the soda part.
That's what they say in Chicago. They call it pop. Yeah, and they're also all 3 million of their dumbasses are wrong. It's fucking soda. It says soda drink on the damn side. Like, come on, it's soda.
No, soda pop is another way to refer to it.
But Canadians are
just call pop. We're on the other side of the border. We don't count. We're in borderlands.
Yeah.
But I allow myself a few every year, and usually it's a little pop brewery, I guess you would call it, local here. Mm-hmm. And they have a black cherry one that makes the fucking best float ever. You put a big scoop of French vanilla in that sucker. Oh, buddy. If there was a heaven, That's what I would call it.
I didn't know you was going that direction. I was like, oh, you probably get it like in a. I was gonna say 6-pack. I didn't think you was gonna say on a Sunday. What the hell? I was way better.
Well, we just, I purchase 2 or 3 of those a year, and their root beer is also really good, and the root beer float is nothing to sneeze at either.
They got Fitz's in St. Louis where you can like, I guess have like American Grill kind of food, but then they got like the big pane of glass so you can see the bottles going around and getting filled up because they make all their own soda in there. They got like something like 30 something different flavors of soda. I'm like, I'll have the s'mores and the blue dream. Like it's like weed strains in there.
Hi, Carrie. I saw you snuck in here.
Hi,
or
Carrie.
sneak in here.
Snooped.
I'm so far in the future, I'm already using past tense stuff. Anyway. What do you call a small Coke in Minnesota? Mini soda. Sadie. I don't know.
Shame.
You can see that kind of humor and more coming up on September 27th when Sadie comes back to visit our show. That burger looks huge, dude. It's
I hate
in your
this.
head, and you only have half of it left.
I'm a growing boy. I need protein. I got to bulk up because we're going to war, apparently.
Might I recommend a protein shake instead?
Google
I
it.
got some protein.
I need you.
So nobody else wants. Oh! We might have a caller. Hang on here. Let's see. Looks like a call. Fireman. Who the hell is that? Oh boy.
Tons, you know me better than that. Tons knows. God, I feel so. I'm gonna be so
Kentucky
sick tomorrow.
Sour Mash Rye. Called Rabbit Hole. Is that what you drink when you go down the dark side of YouTube?
Hell yeah. Call it. And you have to smoke a special strain called tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I love the strain that I like smoking now. I think it's the best fucking name they've ever come up with for weed.
And it is.
Genghis Kron.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, folks, it's all legal here in Canada. Why did I say that with a southern? Oh, because I'm in southern Canada, of course.
You're in the Arizona of Texas. Arizona, Texas area of Canada. Or Canada.
Well, we have desert like areas here in BC. Yes, it's called the Okanagan. Yeah, we actually have scorpions up here too. So remember to check your shoes if you're camping in the Okanagan. Remember to check your shoes.
Got a call there, Neil.
Oh, we have a call. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Fireman. Oh, this is a good one. All right. So we have Fireman from Texas. He's a theist. And what's the meaning or purpose of life? Fireman, how are you?
Oh, I'm all right, man. How about you?
I'm doing very well. My mother and I we get together every Sunday and we go for either brunch or lunch or something. And today we went for fish and chips and it was fucking glorious.
Great. Well, I've been eating atheists for breakfast all day, man. And you my last stop.
Touche.
Touche.
Hold on. He's shooting from the hip. Hold on. You supposed to let he pulled the like escape from LA, throw the can up in the air.
So I got to ask a question real quick here. I got to ask a quick question. It's completely unrelated to the question you or the thing you wanted to discuss with us.
Right.
You call yourself Fireman. Are you actually a fireman?
No, this is my stage name. I'm a personality on YouTube, and I just debate different people, different beliefs.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I'm just dealing with atheists right now.
Okay. So you are a believer then? I'm assuming that's the case.
Yes, I am.
What flavor?
And you want to know? Yeah, good question. What flavor? He might lick you, so be careful.
No, I will not.
I believe the King James Version Bible.
Okay.
King James. Okay.
No particular denomination.
Okay. But you are Bible believing. That's fine.
And,
okay. So
just so we get a reference.
Sure. Yeah. So we might know some of the angles you'd be coming from, but you wanted to know what's the meaning or purpose of life. And I have an answer.
I wanted. No,
you're telling us.
Well, not particular one to know. I wanted to ask some questions about life, the meaning of purpose, for the lack of a better word. That's pretty much close to what I want to ask. But you'll see when I ask the question. I want to know what's your take on it.
Okay.
So I'll hit you with it whenever you get ready.
Oh, we're ready. So just, I guess, propose your question in however fashion you want to.
Number A.
I know that both of you guys, you're atheists, correct?
Correct.
Sure.
All right. What I want to know is, if I die next week and turn into dust, why did anything matter? I mean, why not just do what I want to do, fulfill my lust? Why play by anybody's rules? Even though you atheists talk about what's better for society. So I'm pitching that to you, that question to you.
Okay. You want to go first, Mike?
Yeah. What do you mean fulfill your lust? Like, are you talking about illegal stuff or legal stuff?
I mean, whatever it may be. See, because you, as an atheist, you believe in right and wrong, good or bad, evidence.
Sure, yeah.
In society. Yeah.
So, as you notice that at the end of the question, I said, why play by anybody's rules, including anybody? Why
That's an easy answer.
Rules?
That's an
easy answer. If I'm gonna die next week and turn into dust, and why does anything matter? And why not just do what I want to do and fulfill my desires, no matter what? I don't care what it is. And why play by anybody's rules?
Okay, it sounds to me like this is the same kind of question that was once asked of Penn Jillette, where he said, "Well, how come? What's stopping you from going out there and killing and stealing and graping and doing all those horrible things?
Assault,
what is stopping you from doing this?" And he says, "Well, why aren't you out there doing that?" He says, "Well, I go out and I do all as much of that stuff as I want." Hang on, fireman, you got to let me finish. It won't take me long.
Go ahead.
He says, I do all of that I want, which just happens to be zero, because I live in a society where we need to depend on each other to not be these kinds of assholes. So I'm not going to do nasty shit like that because I don't want that to happen to me.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, you said that because you personally, but I said, why should I? Because what I noticed you atheists
you want to do that stuff?
Right.
And why I should do what's better for society. But I'm saying, let's take a psychopath, somebody who don't care about society.
Right.
Why should that person why should they play by any rules? I mean, if you're just going to die, let's say next week I'm going to die and turn into dust anyway.
Okay.
So why does anything matter, sir?
Well, this isn't fucking the Avengers. You're not going to just turn it to dust. That takes a long time.
I was about to say it. I mean, unless they're cremating you.
I didn't mean next week, but I can die next week, but I'll eventually turn it to dust. And that's it. So
you will turn back into the into the particles that made you up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand if that's the ultimate ending. Why does anything matter? I'll give you an example, right? Like,
so hold on. So I have a question before you search the next one. I didn't get to go yet. What do you mean by like I'm confused about why you're trying to justify the life that you've led. You know what I mean? Like this question is coming from a spot that's like full of loaded terms. That's fine. I'm not tripping off that. But are you like, is this a question that you've had where you're just like, oh, if I died next week, what what was it all for? Like, is that like a real thought, or is that just like a thought, like a thought, like, because are you cool? You good?
I mean, you're right. I mean, what was it all for? Or why does it matter more than? I'll give you an example.
Who are you talking about it? Who are you talking about it mattering to? Because you're like implying that there's this outside. You're implying that there's this outside audience that's like examining and looking at your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like I have no idea how many times the bird next door chirped yesterday. It doesn't mean it didn't matter to the bird. I just wasn't paying attention.
Let's say I'll give you an example. Let's say the people who lived 200 years ago. Does anything they did matter now? Is there still purpose to their life?
Some of them, yeah. Like within that 200.
To their life. So what they doing now?
Hang on, fireman. Hang on. There were people that were around that invented things that we now use, like vaccinations.
No, I'm not. I knew you was going. No, sir. I'm talking about for their life. I'm not talking about somebody who did something and now we need it. Now, man.
But now we remember those people, so that matters.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about is everybody remembered?
Everybody remembers who invented that.
Even if they don't like remember the person's name, your life can be benefited from it. You know.
Even if somebody does remember, what does that mean, sir? Like if it physically improves the conditions of someone's life, I think that's not nothing. No, if some miscellaneous person that lived 200 years ago, why would it matter if I remember them? I'm talking about somebody who invented something, just a regular person.
Well, why would it matter if you want to remember them or not?
You don't have to.
Huh?
We're not obligated to remember people. I think that's kind of implied in your question too. The purpose of
life is to be remembered, basically.
Can you say that one more time?
What's the difference? Why not? Why you still haven't asked this? Why not go out and do what I want to do, and why play by anybody's rules? Why?
You can, as long as you don't harm people, you can do what you want, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's why I asked you if you were talking about. That's why I was asking you if it was extra legal stuff.
See, you're having stipulations. You're saying, yeah, but I don't know. And I'm saying whatever it may be.
Well, yeah, because it's better for society that way.
Not next week. Who cares? Why?
Because
I know where you're going to run to. Sir. You're going to say, oh, because it's better for society that we treat each other right. But why should I care as an individual who's going to just die anyway? I'm about to go out, rob a bank, and go out in a blaze of glory. I don't care about your world. I don't care about your life. I just want to do what I want to do. What would you say about the guy who goes out in a blaze of glory and don't care about your society?
That's antisocial behavior. We already have names and labels for all of it, and that happens to people where they feel like that, and that's unfortunate.
Right?
Because I feel like everybody is necessary in the village for the village to thrive. Nobody can be left out. Nobody needs to be pushed to the edges. I think we're all important.
Mm-hmm. What's better for society?
Do you think that do you think that everybody in a society is not important? Like some people are important and some people are not.
The people, it's important to us now. I'll make that. I'll agree with you right there. But I'm saying eventually.
I asked you no. I asked you an either or question, and then you just agreed with the question. Like, do you think that some people in society are? Yeah. Do you think some people in society are important and other people are not important?
Well, in a society, you have people that people do consider are important. What about a homeless person?
I'm asking your question. I'm asking what you think, though, not what other people would think. What do you think? Do you think everybody in a society is important, or just some people?
I think that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because, all right.
No, you're not answering.
I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and agree with you and say that it's important to us, whoever it may be, the people on this earth and the civilized society.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because you're important to me. Okay, so I don't think it's a good line of questioning or even a good line of thought to just have this thing going where some people are important and some people are not, because historically we kind of already know what that looks like, right? And we kind of know where that kind of, well, some people deserve this and other people don't deserve this. And I just wanted to make sure I did not have a brother of mine, no matter what his religious affiliation is out here talking about certain people wasn't important. I was just trying to make sure that we was on the same page.
I'm sorry if you thought that was a point that I was making, but I never said that, sir. So I don't even know. I agree with you, but I never said that. But
it was kind of sound like you said it was okay for certain people in the society to be just left out.
We can say what's important to us individually right now, but what I'm saying is 100 years from now, you know, why would it have mattered? What purpose did it serve? And who cares whatever we did? It's over with. It meant nothing, ultimately.
Okay, I'm going to cut in here.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, fireman. It doesn't. Our existence is irrelevant, really. We exist. The odds of, by the way, the odds of you existing today are 1 in like a billion, because there's that many sperm that head toward the egg. So the one that hit the egg and made you, that now you're here, right? And that the odds of that happening are crazily low, right? So enjoy the fact that that sperm hit the egg and created you, and now you get to live and you get to experience this amazing universe that we live in, an amazing world that we live in, but you don't have to attribute any of that to a deity. Well, hang on, man. Let me finish my thought, and then I'll let you carry on. Like you can now, you get to experience all this. That in and of itself is a meaning, right? You find your own purpose, you find your own meaning, you do your best to live your best life and try and have everyone that you're related to, that you're friends with, also have the best life that they possibly can. That's a goal, and you can set that, and you can become a better human by doing that.
Yeah, I think you're being biased at believing that life is enjoyable for everybody. That's just not true.
It's not, though. I know that. I'm aware of that. I'm talking about you, me, and the other person.
Everybody. And let me ask you this, sir. If what you were saying is true, why do people commit suicide? I mean, I'm sorry. Let me use the other word. Why do people unalive themselves?
That's a mental health issue, and I'm not qualified to talk.
Oh, now it's a mental health issue. If life is such a great gift, why do some people want to check out of here?
Well, why did your God make it that way then?
Wait, I was about to say, how does that even, like, how did you even try to connect both of those? But okay.
By the way, fireman, my mother has tried to commit suicide 3 times. So I'm well aware of this sort of thing. She tried to unalive herself 3 times. My mother.
Unalive you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right.
So I'm very familiar with that. And I do what I can to help her. But her best bet is her psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever it is. And she gets really good help from them and with certain medications. And that's why I take her out every Sunday. So she gets out and I make her laugh. And she says that helps big time, because laughing releases certain chemicals in your brain and makes you feel better.
So my question is, like, again, you are implying this outside observer that is out here, like, judging the validity of whether a life is good or not. Like, that's very, like, dare I say, Western chauvinistic. You know what I'm saying? It's very kind of first worldy to, like, oh, some people's lives suck. That's a relative term. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean by suck? Like, because some people have great lives and it sucks, and some people have sucky lives and they're great. You know what I mean? Like, you put a lot of value judgments on things, but then you don't give us any of, like, the metrics of your value judgments. Like, there's plenty of people who have perfectly great lives to us, and it sucks to them, right? So, like, how are you determining whether or not someone has this? Yeah, like, how are you determining whether someone had a sucky life and they should give it up, or it was a good life but it was mental healthy? So, like, what's your determining factor on that?
No, I was just saying that he was being biased by assuming that everybody has a great life, or everybody.
Well, first of all, I didn't assume
he didn't say that.
I brought up the subject. That's the reason why I brought up the subject of people unaliving themselves, because evidently they didn't enjoy this world if they unalived themselves. So I just was telling her I thought he was being biased by looking at it one side and saying that everybody enjoys life and it's just so great. Oh, life is such a great gift. You
said
came
you
to
get
term
to.
it, enjoy the life that you was given, and all of this
No,
crap.
I said the probability of you
I don't
being
think
live was very low. And you made it, so make something of it. That's what I said.
He said you.
And not
get
everyone's going to get
And
that.
Yeah.
I just think you were being biased. You got people who come in this world and who suffer the whole
Yeah.
time. They got a bad,
Yeah.
they got a messed up disease, right? They got a horrible disease.
Or they're born in an area where they end up starving to death. I get it.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those people, some of them called Dr. Kevorkian. You remember Dr. Kevorkian, right?
From the 90s. Ooh, you old like me.
Yeah. See, yeah, you some old people, man. And, yeah, so you're old enough to remember Dr. Kevorkian, right? So
Oh, yeah.
that's what would happen when people just got tired of the pain of life and living. They would call Dr. Kevorkian up. So life is not enjoyable for everybody, but ultimately, see, what you're doing, what the atheists do, which is the number one problem that I have with you guys, that just you're still searching for a meaning. You say, "Oh, you came to the egg, be grateful." You're still searching for a purpose, a meaning. You know, you're looking for that's wrong, that's right, that's good or bad. And I asked you.
So are you telling me that you found purpose and
why
meaning?
should I care about? Why are you being a goody two shoes, Mr. Atheist? That's what I love to ask you. Why are you being a goody two shoes? If I'm gonna die next week,
I know why I am.
Why does it even matter what I do? And your rebuttal is, well, it's better what's great for society, and that's not a good enough answer.
Okay. So let me ask.
The person that dies and goes to dust, they don't care about society. So what are you talking about, man?
Okay, let me. So
we
do you watch?
No murder. If what you said was true.
Okay, you're gonna let us answer.
Go ahead.
Okay. Fireman, have you seen Star Wars?
What?
I like the Star Wars. I'm not every one of them, but most of them.
Remember You remember the cantina? The cantina scene? With the my friend doesn't like you. Like in the beginning, like the little dirty bar, they got the little aliens playing instruments. It's the whole vibe. Like you got that.
I remember aliens, but not that particular scene. I'm sorry. I just got that.
It was like the saloon at the Wild West or something like that. And
it's where Han and Luke met.
Yeah, and they got all these dangerous ruffians going in and out of there. And then you got Coruscant, which is like a super space age nice place. Now, these places are apparently right next to each other in Star Wars land. But where would you rather be? In a place that's set up and established with rules in a society that everybody follows, or a wild ass cantina bar on Mos Eisley? Like,
I'm all about the cantina.
Yeah, like that's the beauty about modern society, is you get to dictate through voting what your society looks like. And the society in Canada looks a lot different than Mexico, looks a lot different than the UK, looks a lot different than here. Mm-hmm. And that is because each society, and in some societies, they don't have a lot of stoppages on people just doing whatever they want to each other. Mm-hmm. That place exists.
Right.
That happens. But it is our society that we share has decided a long time ago that we don't allow certain behavior. And
because it's harmful to everyone.
And if you do that certain behavior, you don't even have to agree with us. You coming with us anyway. And we're going to overpower you and force some will up on you if you decide that you just think I can just go to the playground and start kicking little kids off the swings. Like, cool. That was your decision. You had your free will. I'm glad you got out of your system. I'm going to need you to come in this van with me because we're going down to the ranch, big guy. Yeah. Because you have violated the rules of the society.
Right. So
as far
you need,
go ahead.
So you need.
So those rules are made for everyone's safety, dude. So
yeah. But what I'm saying is, why should it matter? Yeah, you're saying, oh, it's better for society. But why should it matter to the person who did the wrongdoing? Why should they care? If they're gonna just turn into dust and be
anyone
gone,
that commits,
and that's it. Why should they care?
Anyone that commits
You
things
keep
like
going
that
back to
probably
God.
wouldn't.
Why should that person care? Why?
I can't speak
Let's
for
say the
people
person
that do
that
those
does,
kinds of things, though,
let's
firemen.
say a
But
person
I
that
guarantee
does
you
mass shooting,
that they're
right?
doing those kinds of things because they don't care.
Right.
Exactly. But
But
ultimately,
hold on,
it
but
does
hold
not take care.
hold on. You just said that person doesn't care. Then you're saying, yeah,
Right.
why should they care? Because
Yeah, why
we've
should they?
already, but
Kinda
that's
concerned about
inside
you
of a
now.
premise that we've already set up a society with rules to be followed in the first
But
place.
why
And
should
this
he care
person
about
is out, and
society's
this
rules?
because you're in it and you benefit from it.
Yeah, that
Do
don't
you
mean I
not?
gotta care about it.
Then don't.
Let me
Hey,
ask you something. Do
hey,
you
that's
care
fine.
about?
That's perfectly.
Do you
But
care about?
that's perfectly fine. But then you need to leave society. If you
You have
don't want
to
to follow,
no, you have
if you
to
don't want to,
expect
no, hold on,
repercussions.
Neil, hold on, Neil.
Some
If
of
you don't
them
want to
do.
follow society's rule, then they should leave. But you
You're
can't
right.
stay and break the rules. You got to pick one.
Sir, you're right, because what happens to most mass shooters, right? They do what they do, then they leave this world, just like you wanted them to, just like you just said.
Yeah,
And
many
all
of
I'm
them take
saying
their own
is, it
lives.
didn't matter. They're gonna turn into dust. So they did exactly what you just said, sir. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they did leave it.
or they go to jail.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right? But a lot of them don't make it to jail. So
True.
a few of them do take your advice and they do just leave here. And my what I'm saying is, did it even matter? You say he went in a nursery, killed some children. Did it even matter? He
It had a
gone.
consequence.
It ain't no consequence.
But
for his
matter.
actions.
Of course it
He
matters.
did what he did.
But you're saying matters, but matters is
Oh.
loaded. Matters is loaded. Did his
That's-
actions have consequences?
And I'm-
Right? That's the difference. Is like
I'm-
instead of talking
and-
about consequences and consequences for
and if-
behaviors,
for the
you're
sake
just
of
talking about
argument,
mattering.
what it
But
is,
that's a
you're
value
talking
judgment.
You're talking about what's the backlash for society, and I'm not talking about that. As you notice, I'm talking about the particular individual. What's the backlash for him? And I'm talking about the particular individual that did the crime.
Oh, there could be on
Well, we
him,
don't-
on his family, on his estate. I mean, but again, you keep
Mhm.
saying matter, but mattering is
not
all
the right
about
word.
consequences. Yeah, it's not the right word for this context, because when you're talking about meaning and
'cause
mattering,
it matters to the families that you killed, the children.
right? And
Yeah,
then that, but that's the end.
why I
But
told you,
that's
I'm
the
not
end.
talking about outside. I'm talking about particularly the person that did it, the mass shooter. Why does it matter to him? He did it. He's dead and gone now. He don't care about this world, his family, none of the rules that you're talking about. So that's why I explained to you earlier, you're not playing by anybody's rules, and you're still setting rules for the person, even though they're dead and gone, and it doesn't matter. And why would they care? And you're still trying to find a reason why the person, his family, this. What if he don't give a damn about none of that? He don't care about nothing.
Well, then you're
Then
a
he
fucking
doesn't-
psychopath.
Then he doesn't. Then
Why
how
would
do
it
you?
matter to him?
Then we lock him
You-
away.
No, wait. Hold on. How does he
No,
not?
he-
ca-
he-
no,
no,
wait.
he got
No. You messed up,
good.
and I
He
got you.
was
No, you messed up, and I got you. If it doesn't matter to him, how can you keep
Right.
putting the word matter on the conversation? So if I'm over here looking at a wall dry, you're like, look how wet it's getting. Just because you keep using the wrong word doesn't mean you win. You got to use the right word. So are you talking about how his consequences don't affect him? He's dead. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
He's had a consequence.
We agree. It done to the truck here, and it doesn't matter.
So what are
He's
you
just
talking
gone, and
about?
that's it. Nothing mattered. So we agreeing, fine.
No. It's not a nothing matters.
No.
Matters is a value
matters.
judgment that you keep trying to attach to the word consequence.
And at least for him, it doesn't.
Look at your script, cross out matters every time you wrote it, and put down consequence, because that's the word you're trying to use, but you're using matter in its place. You're talking about consequences. And and that's what society does to each other. We hold each other accountable, and we apply consequences to each other, positive or negative, based on our behavior.
Well,
Do
how
you agree
can
with
you
that?
hold a consequence against him and he dead, sir? How
Did
can
he
you
have to
do it?
run away? You know what I mean? Like, all of that stuff leads up to it. Like, again, these are steps
What are you
in a
talking about?
timeline. These are steps in a timeline that you're not defining, because you want to use the word matters and you want to use value judgments on a timeline. And that's not how that word works.
He either committed a mass shooting, he went out in a blaze of glory, he's dead and gone. So what consequence would he face, sir? That's where you lost me.
He's dead. He doesn't get any more. He gets 0 more interactions.
Irrelevant if it matters at that point.
Right.
It matters to the people who are
that's what he wanted?
still around to clean up the
You're
mess he
looking at it
made.
as a bad thing. What if that's what he wanted? What? Maybe he got tired of this world and he wanted to check out of here. So
Okay.
who are you to say that he wanted to be here?
So it's interesting because it's almost like you have apologia for like mass violence, which is very strange. You know what I mean? It's very strange because it's almost like you almost had a philosophical argument, but you only want to keep repeating the same phrases over and over and over again.
Well, my ultimate premise was that it is what it is. There is no good or bad, right or wrong, but you're still trying to hold.
How do you know that?
To a standard, and you're
How do you
saying,
know that?
"Hey, it's
Aren't you being biased?
That's for society." And I'm telling you that the people that lived 200 years ago, it doesn't matter. Whatever they did is over with. They're dead and gone.
You're literally benefiting from it right now. You're using technology from over 100 years old right now.
The point that I'm driving home.
No, you don't understand that you can't just subtract meaning from things that you can't describe accurately. Like you keep saying things matter and does this matter? And I keep trying to remind you the word you're looking for is does things have consequence? Do they have an effect? Do they have a lasting effect? Do they have like you're using the wrong word because you're being lazy with your thought. If you want to have a discussion, you have to play by the rules. If you want to be in the society, you got to play by the rules. You're not being honest. You're just saying, well, what if they give up? Then there isn't a conversation to be had. And you called to talk about nothing. So are you playing the game with us or are you going to run us around the tree one more time?
Man, look, I explained everything how I feel.
No, you're not. No, you explained nothing. You just, you tried to. We're not going around the tree. We're not going to go around the tree again. We're not going to go around the tree again. Are you going to play by the rules? Are you going to play by the rules, or are we going to run around the tree again?
Let's do it. Let's play by the rules.
Okay, so do you think that people should get consequences from the society that they live in?
If they break rules.
No. Consequences, good or bad.
Well, consequences.
Ultimately, I would say no.
So no one should interact with anybody at all.
I'm not going to say interact, but at the end of the day, I mean, you got people out now that go out and commit crimes that never get caught.
You're answering something different. Should society be able to inflict consequences on the people inside the society? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. So if you're part of us, right? And we have banks and commerce and trade and all that, like that, exactly. All of that is social activity. All of that. So if you have someone who is performing antisocial activity, they are no longer in the society, which means it is what it is.
There are consequences to that.
Now let me ask you this.
Right.
When you die, what do you have? When you die, what you got?
Nothing. You're dead.
You're talking about this society. When you die, what do you have?
Nothing. You're dead.
But life isn't all about me, is it?
See, you use the word nothing. That's what I'm getting to. Yeah. Nothing. So why you understand when I say that nothing matters? Because now you say
okay.
Nothing.
So let me ask you this. If I start a business, another business. If I start another business selling t-shirts and everybody buys this t-shirt, it becomes $1 million success overnight. I leave that business to my child.
Yeah.
Did I not affect her even after I'm gone? But it was in a positive way.
It doesn't matter for you. See, you keep talking about affecting. I know where you're coming from. You're like, if I was alive,
because it has to happen.
And I invented the light. Hold on, sir. Let me explain why. I'm gonna tell you what you're saying. If I was alive and I created a light bulb like Thomas Edison, and even though I'm dead, what I created still affects the society ahead of me and in the future. Correct? Isn't that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. Well, yes, yeah. I'll play nice too.
Thank you. I know what you're saying. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about affecting people down the road. I'm talking about for that particular person. what matters for them? Are they able to enjoy it 200 years later? Are they still here to do things? And not only that, where are they? They're gone. It's over with. There's no more life for them.
I have a follow-up question. I have a follow-up question. How do you measure your positives and how do you measure your negatives? Because is like leaving a business behind for your family members, is that a positive or negative or a zero?
Leaving a what?
Like a business behind or like a like wealth, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I knew you was gonna say stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah,
right.
That's a good
So is
thing.
that a positive?
You leaving something behind. Oh,
right.
Man.
Is that a positive, a negative? Is that a positive, a negative, or neutral?
It's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. Your children are going to enjoy it, not you.
So what if the purpose in life was to leave as much positive investment for other people in the future?
No, that's not it. Though.
Why? Why not? Why can't it be that? Why can't it be that?
Particular person, man. And you keep
why
talking
can't it be
about
that?
Let's say the people that built the bridge that I ride on, right? You could say, hey man, Friday man, their purpose was here. Look, it's a bridge for you to ride on when they was here, right? I know what angle you guys coming from. But what I'm saying is that doesn't matter for the person that's dead. Because they can't enjoy it. It still doesn't matter ultimately for the person that's gone.
That's a ridiculous way to look at it. They knew they were going to die before they started building the fucking bridge.
They were like, not my eternal bridge. Like, what do you mean?
Not only that, man. Ultimately, I'm saying, hey, man, when you
still
die,
built the bridge,
man. So why not do what you want to do? Answer that first.
Because then the bridge won't get built. Because then the bridge won't get built.
I'm muting your fucking ass because I have to go. I've been waiting and waiting.
And don't tell me about
what's literally been a two-way fucking conversation.
Sorry.
Okay, here's the thing. You're born into the world. You find your own fucking meaning and your own purpose, and you do the best you can to do what you can with what you've got. Okay, you do the best to set up a better life for the people that are coming behind you. You do the best to help your communities, your societies around you. That's what being a humanist is. You do the best you can. You look out for the well-being of other people, including yourself. Okay, and if people that you were saying are suicidal or whatever, or they want to unalive themselves, you try and talk them down like a guy off the ledge. You try to help people. That's a good enough purpose because you only get the one life, at least as far as we can tell. And as for when you're gone, well, guess what? Shit's still going on. You're just no longer a part of it. So that shit that's still going on might have something that you contributed to it, and you can die knowing that and feel better about it when you're gone, okay? You can unmute him.
If everything you say is true, why do we have crime? And
it is true, because some people are assholes.
Why, if everybody was following what you just said, sir, why is the world out of order?
Because there's a lot of fucking assholes out there that don't get it.
Because we don't enforce the rules of the society evenly.
That too.
So evidently that is not working.
No, because
it works in some places, but not
because we got a lot of greed in our politics. If you haven't noticed, so it's hard to get. It's hard to get people to convict other people when they're filling their pockets.
Definitely. Hey, man, we agree with that. I agree with that definitely.
Yeah, man. I think
so,
I'm glad you called because I think you do have meaning, even if you gaslight and troll a little bit. But it's important, I think, to get the word out that it is easy to get people to not vote in their best interest when they are told things like what you are purporting, that there is no meaning for anything and there is no way to fix our broken politic and to make things better for the next person. That's why shit sucks now. That's why that person was born into a shit situation. That's how it continues, is because people get apathetic and they don't want to fight for the next person. You gotta get your shit together and then do what you can to help other people. And then maybe we have something that looks a little bit better. And we don't have to have this conversation. Like, I'm not trying to discount what you're talking about at all and the feelings that people have at all. But at the same time, we owe it to them to provide a better. Hold on one sec. We owe it to them to provide a better society so that they don't feel so outcast. and so that they can get the health care that they need, so that they don't feel like this. Because it might be it could be literally a chemical imbalance that's got them feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know that because the society has fucking given all the money to rich people, and these motherfuckers can't even afford to go to the doctor to like give them 2 fucking pills, and they would have been normal or neurotypical, or you know what I'm saying? Like they would have been fine if they would have just had health care. So I don't like, until we get to a spot where we can actually take care of each other, how do we even know how evil people are? They might be sick. So let's get everybody healthy first, and then we'll measure from there.
People throughout history, right?
Right.
All got there.
We just y'all would keep harping in on what's better for society, but the thing about the funny thing to me is
that's what matters.
It's every man. Listen, it's every man for himself. You just talked about the greed, and I will admit that talking point, I agree with you on 100%.
Fireman, would you want to live in a society like that? Every man for himself. I mean, there is some degree of that in our society.
We live in.
However,
just for each other in society. Nah, man.
Whatever I'm willing to share with my neighbor if they don't got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a safer bet for me to spend a little money to make sure that my neighbor's fridge is full and his tummy's full. I you know what I mean? I don't have to lock all the windows if I know my neighbors are not starving to death. But if my neighbors are starving and I got a big old feast on my table, society gets complicated. But if everybody has enough, suddenly everybody gets very calm and starts making art and shit. You know what I mean? Like everybody starts mellowing out as soon as they're not in dire straits.
Spoken like a true musician.
Right. Well, you know the crazy part, sir, we agree on that talking point. That's not a
talking point.
That's a fellow Christian in the chat that's telling you to stop making us look bad.
I totally agree. I think is the problem with society. And you just said if everybody's taken care of, if we all in harmony, everything is good. So
socialism.
Talking point.
Social democracy.
And this doesn't even have to be like a Republican Democrat kind of thing, because I think both parties let down the American people over the last, like my whole adult life has been bubble burst after collapse, after bailout, after war, after bailout, and we haven't gotten any of the fruits of the society that we contribute to so heartily. So maybe when that gets fixed and the people finally start to get the fruits of their hard work in this country, maybe we won't have, you know what I mean? Maybe we don't have to have these conversations anymore. But motherfuckers working 60 hours at Amazon and then doing Uber Eats on the side, sleeping for 15 minutes a day. Man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair. And then we put people in this situation, and then we expect them to be these high moral creatures when they're hungry and they're tired and they're stressed and they're scared and they're lonely.
Right. Oh my goodness, everything you just said. What if a guy crashes out behind all that? And I believe we have had some guys to crash out with that kind of mentality. Maybe the guy who shot the rich CEO.
Don't say names.
Right. Right. So, I mean, we have had some people crashed out. And all I'm saying is, in the atheist point of view, there's really no hope in the world, world we live in and in the afterlife, because it is what it is. And nothing, if all right, let's say, you know, I believe in God, right? So I believe that, let's say if I steal from you and I do harm to you, like the things that you said, right?
Can I tell God on you and get my stuff? Can I tell God on you and get my stuff back?
Right. I'm just saying, I believe that I'm going to suffer a consequence. So I'm saying, if there are no consequences for your actions, why should you care?
But that's because God. That's because if you base your consequences on whether or not God is going to do something to stop you, we already have seen after numbers 46 and 47 school shootings this year, he's not going to do anything because he is not there. There's no one answering the phone, y'all. Y'all keep calling 911 with these prayers. No one is there. Society has to make those places safe. Society has to avoid those situations. Us waiting for a deity to do it for us has us filling the cemeteries. So we need to stop doing that kind of shit and get into, and I wish half of the people that go to church would go to their city council meetings every month. We literally wouldn't be here.
Like they send out the hearts and prayers, but you say, man, we don't need no more of that. We need action, correct?
Because they don't do shit. That's why.
They don't do nothing. They don't even do background checks on these people.
Hey, and you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I think it's futile too. See, I don't agree with that, because I believe that maybe God sent the plague up on this society. I believe that God is sending plagues up on this society. So why would I say hearts and prayers out to people when I think God is the one sending the destruction?
As somebody who works in the world of chemistry, I can tell you that's not the thing.
And all of these things. Yeah.
I mean,
shooting, people, losing their minds.
Okay, we have another caller, so we got to bring this to a closing. So,
right. But it's neither here nor there. I enjoyed the conversation with y'all, man. Yeah, I think we got somewhere, even though we
you're important, but you need to. You're important, and just remember, you're not allowed to leave our society. And all the things you do, we're gonna carry that stuff with us. So please make it more good than bad.
Yes.
Yeah, true. But just understand that everybody in this world, don't think bias because your life is great. Life is not good for everybody, and some people
we're working on it.
We're aware of that, sir.
We're working on it.
We're aware of that.
Yeah, man. So if we could get that,
I have personally helped a handful of people improve their lives because they were in some pretty dire positions. Yep. I'm not saying that to fucking pat myself on the back. It literally is a thing, and I've helped a couple of people out of some very bad situations, and they're thankful for that. So if I can do that to make society a little better, I'm going to do that.
Yep.
All right, man. I enjoyed the call, man, and you guys have a great day, man. Enjoy the rest of your
man.
time.
Thank you.
All right.
Final thought on that. If you think, or if you are behaving because you think you're going to get some sort of punishment from a deity because you're being evil or whatever, and that's why you don't commit these things, then you're not a good person in general. You're just an asshole on a leash. So consider that. All right. I think we have one more caller. We'll have to make it a quick caller. So it's Adrian.
We're staying up all night, baby.
Let's see. We have Adrian from California. Wants to understand the hosts better.
Oh, boy.
How are you, Adrian?
Hello. Yeah, I do. Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? Good evening. I believe Mikey and Mr. Neil. I just want to say thanks for having me on your platform. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Always happy to talk, man. Discourse is important.
Of course. I know you're on time constraints and everything, and I'm definitely not one for contentious conversations. And I was listening to the last one, so I'm just letting y'all know I'm not coming with that type of energy.
Oh, it's fine, man. It's fine. Just do your thing. I'm not going to attack you. You're okay.
That's how I roll.
Okay, so all right. So, what do you want to understand about us?
Well, now, Mr. Neil, I just want to say off top, like, I know that I did like that sperm analogy that you came when you was talking with Fireman. I was listening in how you were saying like how basically like we are freaking lucky that out of the gazillion things that are jiggling in our dad's nutsack that we were the ones that were chosen.
We don't need to get that graphic, man. But yeah, we get the point.
Oh, sure. my fault. But I just wanted to say that I did appreciate that analogy, like basically saying how we were definitely like out of all the possibilities, we were the ones that came out at the end of it. And I just think I could contribute that to I could contribute it to God having a say into that, but
I've heard this before. Adrian, give me a quick second. I'll address that point. If that's the case, if God could, I want that particular sperm to go. Well, then what's the point of the billion other ones?
Seems very wasteful if just the one was meant to go there, huh?
Oh, it's the same thing about our little blue dot, a tiny little place in the universe. What's the point of all the rest of it?
It's almost like spraying and praying in Call of Duty. You know, it's not an exact science. If that's, it should be just one big one, right?
Like we know that's how the birth cycle works. The sperm penetrates the egg. It starts to multiply like single cell, more cells, and we turn into a zygote and then a fetus, and then we are born into the world. So if it was the one and God could control that's the sperm that's going to get in there, then what the hell is the point of all the other sperm? What if at the last second he goes, no, you know what? Change my mind. I want that other sperm in there. Then you're going to be somebody completely different, and then you're not part of his plan.
Why is the egg? The real question, Neil, is why is the egg so hard?
That's a great question. That's something I can't even come up with a coherent answer to say, hey, why was I the one that chose, and why were they even created if I was the one that was going to be the winner? Essentially,
it's a bit of a stumper.
I feel you on that. That was a great question.
I think it's funny because like in an alternate universe, there's like Fladrian, and he's over there like, yo, can you imagine if I was a loser at that other dimension that didn't get picked? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so someone's probably in some parallel universe having the same conversation from their side of things, saying, of course I got picked. Obviously I got picked.
They do lean on the multiverse theory quite heavy now because the math seems to point that out. So there may be a universe where a different sperm got into your mom's egg and it's a completely different person.
But he's evil and he's got a goatee.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just looking at the whole universe thing and whole galaxy stuff in general, it just to me, it just makes it seems like how small we all are in general in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
We are insignificant.
I think. I think you're pretty. I want to argue the other side. If you look at molecules, you're pretty freaking big. If you count how many cells you have, that's a lot of damn cells.
I feel on that. No.
Yeah, your matter's looking at you going, damn, he's huge.
You know what I mean? I feel like we're kind of in the in-between spot, and that's what kind of sucks. Like we don't get to see like the timeline of a galaxy forming, and we also live longer than gnats. We're just kind of in that little weird in-between period, which is mid. You know, it's not the best.
And Adrian, I want to make another little point here. You're here. You're the sperm that made it. You get to experience all this. And by the way, my friend, you matter. Okay, I have now conversed with you, which in my mind says that we now kind of know each other a little bit. And the whole point was you wanted to understand us a little better. I hope you do.
Absolutely. That's the point of this conversation. Yes, sir.
And I could call you a friend, man. I'm care
a Virgo.
You are
I
here.
like bubble baths.
Likewise.
Long beaches, long walks on the beach.
Yes, I have 2 kitties and a dog. I play guitar.
A beautiful baby girl.
Who is 1/2 Stitch, 1/2 what's another monster? Hydra, some Hydra monster from the Hercules movie, and Stitch. That's my daughter.
All right.
But I am a former, like I'm a pastor's kid. You know what I mean? Like my family is still pretty involved in the Church of God in Christ in the St. Louis area. Like we were like on this committee and that board and that thing. So like I'm an atheist, but that's just because it's a ritual, and that's fine. I think it's fine for people to have rituals, but I think it's not fine to tell people not to believe things that are obviously true. And I don't think it's good to oppress people, even if they're like your friends and family member. I don't think it's cool to oppress. So that's the long and short of why I'm an atheist. I don't like it.
Thank you, Mike.
So why are you an atheist, Adrian?
Why is he a theist?
0.
I was trying to trick him, Neil.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to just leave. I led the horse to water, but he did not drink.
That was good. I like how you try to slide that in, but no, I mean, I really wanted to know before. I don't know if Mr. Neil's going to finish how he started his atheism, but I mean,
Oh yeah, I can tell you.
there's just, and I don't want to. I know there's freaking terminology of me trying to express personal experiences, and with other engagements that I had before, I know that is something that I can't go and say, hey, Mr. Neal, because of this prayer that happened in my life and this blessing that happened in my life, this is why I believe XYZ. I know y'all ain't trying to hear that. And I know that there's going to be some things that I know that I'm willing to receive, but I just know that at the end of the day, I know I'm going to go back to Bible and stuff like that. But I just don't want to have vain, contentious conversations with atheists, but I do want to understand, which is why I've been on this journey for the past 2 months, like where they're coming from, like why is it that whether it's a religious background or religious trauma or
can I ask you
what holds them, or whether science on some cases or whatever it is, like why is it that they have this mindset and especially don't fear the Lord? You know what I mean? So this is
real quick follow-up question.
Yeah.
Well, he asked me a question, so I'm sure.
Sorry. Adrian, are you black? I'm black.
Straight up.
Okay. So how come you're not
feel
Muslim?
so alone.
I got 2 black people. Yeah. How come you're not Muslim?
Personally, why? Because I don't believe that's a religion. I don't believe in that, and the God that Muslims believe in, I don't believe that that's a God. That's why.
Would you believe that?
But I gotta admit to you, brother, from one brother to another, I do gotta be a man of integrity, and do tell you that earlier my mother was trying to dabble into religions, and she was kind of young when she had me, so we did experience, like, say, a mosque and so forth when I was younger. It wasn't just Christianity that she had us go to different types of denominations, to tell you the truth. But I just don't rock with that religion. That's just what it is.
Okay. Because
I'm believing on Muhammad saying, like, hey, I got these prophecies saying woo-de-woo. Like, I don't believe that.
But that's the thing, though, because if you was born, and especially, I mean, if you was born in a Fruit of Islam family, you know what I'm saying?
Muslim right now.
We wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be calling me as a Christian. So that's why I was like, I wonder if you ever talk to the Fruit, because it says you're out in Cali, and I know the Fruit is out there.
If you're born in China, you'd probably be a Buddhist.
That's what I'm saying, because I think your location
in California, that's for sure. But no.
The FOI is in full effect out there. I'm on my best behavior. As soon as I see the Fruit, I'll be bean pie, my brother. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I don't want the smoke.
No, but I hear you though. I hear you though. Like, I think another somebody broke this comment, like, yeah, if you were like, say, if you were raised in another part of the world or something, or if he wasn't raised in, if you were gonna, like, say, if you were Indian or something like that, and I mean, I don't live in hypotheticals, so you know what I mean. But I try to work with their questions. But like, yeah, I feel it. But to answer their question, like, I really don't know. I think eventually, with the God that I believe in, I will think He would find a way for me to find Him. You know what I mean?
I would just be very careful, because everybody is forced to swim in the pond that they're in. You know what I mean? Like, you learn the traditions of where you're at. If you don't know the history of how that tradition became our tradition, maybe research it, because that's another big part of like me learning to love being African descent, learning to love that again, and then looking back at this little crusty book that's over here talking about, you know what, just make sure the slaves don't die. I'm like, yo, that ain't rocking good with me. And actually, where we get this book from, and how come we couldn't read, and how come they had our own Bible for us, and how come they said that they was Christians and then they had slaves, and how come they were supposed to let us go and they didn't until we had to literally send the army to go liberate the plantations aka Juneteenth. How come? And it's when it's 30, 40, 50, how comes? I don't know if this is my book. Maybe this is just them trying to control us, is how I felt.
Bingo.
Maybe we will stay docile and not demand what is owed to us if we don't, if turn the other cheek is the motto of the day. You know what I mean?
Never should have been. You should have been owed to us. It should have been I'm part of your society, so I should get the same things you do.
But we didn't get that, and we were just told to be long suffering and to be bitches, and I don't fuck with that. Like I don't like people taking advantage of us and then giving us their God, and we supposed to love it because it loved us like it loved the people who put us in bondage, and I don't fuck with that. That's not fair. If you supposed to be our God, you should have. If you supposed to be our God, you should have stopped this whole shit from happening. My black ass should have been in Nigeria right now, speaking Yoruba, having a good old time, eating fufu. But I'm not. I'm over here eating fucking triple stackers from goddamn Dave's winner. Shit's not fair.
That's funny. Okay. No, I hear you.
So the personal experiences, I don't want to take away from you, and I don't want to demean that. That's your thing. But the history of the religion and how it came to us and who gave it to us and why they gave it to us, it make the fruit sound like a whole lot more sense. That's why I was like, are you part of the fruit? Because the fruit, at least they said outright, we have decided that we are taking this religion. And they made a conscious decision to not go with what was trending in America on purpose. But
no, and I hear you on that. But I kind of the only I say caveat or only I would say disagreement I would come with that is that I know that they didn't want their slaves to be educated or to be able to read. So if they were to even try to press a religion to them, I think they would take the aspects of the Old Testament and say, this is why you guys are slaves because it's mentioned in the Old Testament, and try to take it into that.
Adrian, they gave us our own. They wrote a different Bible for us. You can find it online. It don't say nothing about rising up and standing up for yourself and God loves you and you shouldn't let them treat. It has none of that in there, coincidentally. And then, once literacy started to spread, then they got the KJV. But they gave us. I'm just saying, like, it's literally the N-word Bible. Like that's what it's called. That's what it is.
No, I've heard that years ago, and I've heard that was actually an existed thing that was out. So I'm not saying that that's false or not. So. I'm not really for sure, but I have heard that was a real thing back then.
Go read it.
Again, they wanted us to be incompetent and so forth,
Yep.
Correct.
Easier to control that way.
And fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I refuse.
I respect your position. That's why I'm on this learning expedition to find out why there are, because I'm not going to front. Ever since I started this little, let me find out what's good with these atheist journeys, like there's a lot more out there. There's a lot more people that don't believe in God that I originally thought. I'm like, they're coming with evolution stuff, science stuff, coming at me with all this. I'm like,
because evolution is demonstrable.
I'm sorry?
Evolution is a fact. It is demonstrable. It happens daily. We see it in bacterial form. One of the, I guess you could call it a little bit more of a macro size. Very recently, during World War II, in England, when they were dropping bombs on the in Britain, a lot of people went into the underground, and a species of mosquito followed them into the underground because that was their food source. So over time,
mosquitoes. I'm over here getting bombed by Germany. You follow me into the damn tunnel.
So the mosquitoes went under there, and they couldn't figure out how to get back out. So they ended up living underground and procreating. Generations went by. Some managed to find their way back out of the subway system and found that they could no longer interbreed from the original group of mosquitoes that they came from. That is speciation, and that is the fine example of evolution at work.
Speciation. I have never heard. See, atheists can never say that they can't learn something from an atheist, like straight up. I say that because I want to go and get like a notepad or something because I got something on the side. Hold up, let me get my stuff real quick. Nah, because I want to take these notes and like when I say I want to spend my knowledge, like I'm not playing around. Like
we observe speciation all the time, by the way, even in humans.
You know what I mean?
Well, not humans, but other species.
I mean,
we're evolving still. We're currently evolving. You don't stop evolving.
Now, how do you feel that way? How do you feel that we're evolving outside of technology, Mr. Neil?
Well, even if there were no technology, we'd still be evolving because it has to do with your environment.
Yeah. We're
all of us can tolerate poison gases and or pollution, I should say, better than we can.
And they're also huge. I mean, just go look at a kid. Any kid you look at, they are doubling in size every day.
Jay Sharp
in the house.
By the way, Jay Sharp, I see you in the chat there.
Oh, I haven't been reading.
Yes, we are currently evolving. Your ridiculousness that I've seen you posting in the chat is kind of goofy.
Hey,
I can't return to a monkey.
Now my question to the see, I heard what I call. I think
we didn't evolve from monkeys.
Breath and Tacos, right? He was talking about some quantum field type mess, right? Is talking about quantum fields have something to do with the universe or something like that. Like,
of course, it's underlying of everything.
What is up with metaphysics? What is up with metaphysics? What's the big thing about metaphysics, please?
It's not a big thing. Metaphysics is something, it's a terminology that they use that people are trying to sound like they know a little bit about physics. And they say metaphysics because it's outside. It's like saying the word supernatural, which means outside of nature. Well, metaphysics is sort of like outside of physics. And what we do know is that we are trapped by the laws of physics. We can't, at least so far, break them, right? So we're stuck doing what we can with what we know about physics, right? And quantum physics is the study of everything underneath that. What gives physics its methodologies and forms or whatever. I can't think of another word. But so quantum physics is the physics of the small that interacts with the physics of the large. And what they're trying to do now is connect the two. That's the theory of everything, as they've dubbed it. So they make connections between the two fields. And then we have an even better understanding. We are evolving, Jay Sharp, and I don't need to prove it. As a matter of fact, you can go look this up. There are people born now, today, without tailbones. There's evolution.
Without tailbones?
Correct.
I still got mine.
My tail vestigial body parts. I do too. But there's other vestigial body parts that some babies are now being born without as well. Like it will happen in time.
Are you saying that's
without that extra
due to evolution?
That's evolution.
Our pressures are selectively breeding ourselves.
See, what a lot of theists don't really understand is we could talk all day about evolution and it really doesn't disprove God, because any theist who's got a little bit of sense can say, well, maybe God pushed the button to start all of that rolling. And I say, okay, sure, that's a valid argument. We just don't see that to be the case from what we discovered so far. I work in a lab every day. That's what I do for a living. I'm a chemist. I work in a lab. Of course, I'm in the automotive sector, so it doesn't really deal with biochemistry. But other words, I read stuff on this all the time because we get freebie shit in the labs all the time. And I love devouring that information because I'm interested in it. Okay, so I learned and
you're in a field that you love to do. I respect that.
Exactly. I love it. And I just recently saw sorry, Mike, real quick. I just recently saw a video that came out. I believe it was I can't remember what education place it came from, but they have now made a discovery. There was a big question of the RNA world and how RNA evolved to become DNA. They couldn't figure out, well, how could that happen? they finally figured out a power source or an energy source that could feed DNA to turn it into DNA as we know it, right? So it evolved, right? So and so abiogenesis is now another step closer to being known. So it's just a matter of time for that to happen.
Come on, Mars rocks. So we're way over on time, but it's me and Neil. We do whatever we want.
I got the little
hold on. I'm giving you the thing. I'm giving you the thing. I'm signing off.
Expound on this with y'all.
Okay, I was just going to give you the one last thing and give you the last word before you went. So while you're on your journey to learn about atheist individual stories, focus on American history. Focus on American history. Because what the information that you get may not be the information that you get, because you have to understand how the information is being delivered to you in the first place and who gave it to you. You need to know that. And I feel like all churches should have a fucking big Klan fucking sticker on the front of them saying Klan approved, because this is their plan to put you in church. Just so you know. So go the history route too. Like look up the N-word Bible and antebellum churches. Because we went to church
about that, because
we went to churches because we went to churches to have our meetings and stuff like that because they wouldn't burn them down. Even they thought it was nasty to look at to burn a church down. That was like bad for their morals. So that's where we hid. That's where we got our shit done. That's how we organized, and that's how we got things moving in a way that led to a lot of the freedoms that we have now. So the history is important. We have used religion for its usefulness, but I think we can let it go now. We can give it back to them. They can have it back now. It doesn't help us.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Neil, for again providing this platform. And I would definitely put it on me to try to run this back with y'all, so we could definitely have another good conversation. All right.
No problem. I think it's great. I think we had fun talking to you, Adrian.
Yeah, likewise, definitely.
Might I recommend something?
Appreciate
Mikey and I do another show. So if you're interested on how people find their way free from their previous belief systems, that's what him and I tackle every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So, and I have well over 600 episodes of people talking.
Quite a library.
Yeah. So you can definitely, it's just, you just type it in YouTube. You go Neil the 604 Atheist, just like my name. And it'll come up on right away, and you'll be able to find a whole bunch of different stories. You can pick ones that might interest you. Just read the description box to tell you sort of what we're talking about, and go, oh, I'm interested in how that person, I even spoken to an ex-white supremacist, believe it or not. So
that was a fun episode.
Hey,
yeah.
I'll make sure I look through the archives when I got that time, but I'll definitely make that call next week, gentlemen. Y'all have a good night. Thank you again.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Thanks again, Adrian. See, we can have respectful conversations with people. It can happen. You heard it tonight. That's what this channel, or that's what this show really is all about. We try to have chats with people. Okay. And I've also, guys in the chat, I've been watching you guys. So
at night.
Jay Sharp, is logic invented or discovered? It is something that we discovered, just so you know.
Like the wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah.
With Alvin.
I mean, logic is kind of intrinsically with us because we have a brain. Even our ancestors, you go back, even 200, 300,000 years ago when humans were evolving into multiple different species, they still had to think and use logic to figure things out. Like, holy crap, that's fire. Okay, now how do I make fire work? Because more than likely, at least what they figure so far, a lightning bolt hit a tree, fire happened, and humans were like, oh, holy shit. And then they went there. Then they used logic and they figured out if they cooked the meat, then it works better, it tastes better, yada, yada. So logic is sort of intrinsically with us. It's just, it gets better as we evolve, right? We start to think a little bit more technologically, a little bit more, and our world improves as we do that.
As an otherworldly cyborg, Neil, let me just tell you, you humans and your little memory and your little patterns. You guys love patterns. Like you guys all
Well, the
forget
human
that
brain
you have
does,
a
yeah.
your stupid little human brain loves patterns and traditions and rituals, and you'll even make up names for things that don't need names. Things happen because they happen. And then the humans have to put a name on it and then make all these schools and then like teach them about, like, they're very strange, these humans. It's a quirk in our brain. I feel like all this obsessiveness over labels is us trying to find patterns where patterns do not exist.
Jay Sharp likes to sit there and nice story, prove it. He's all prove it. The proof is there already. You just refuse to go look at it.
Look at the pudding.
But I get it. I've seen scientific papers, and there's a lot of jargon that's kind of hard to understand. So I totally get that. Luckily, I've gone through enough schooling to understand most of it. Even I look at some stuff and go, "What?" Like, holy crap! But then I relearn a little bit more, and then I'm able to understand it a little better. But yes, it's evolution's a hard topic to really wrap your head around. So.
It's some real nerd shit,
but it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. It's one of the things I love the most. And yes, they did find another link in the chain for abiogenesis happening. So it's now even looking more and more. They now have like a process that they can unravel, and they're in the process of doing that now. So we'll learn more about the abiogenesis processes that led to evolution as we know it. And they've also found organic material on other space rocks, and now they're finding it on Mars. So we may not be the only place that has life on it. Which is kind of exciting.
Oh my God, the gloating I will do when we find life on another planet and it was never in your Bible. Oh, I am going to be gloating. Ooh, we're going to have atheist parades every Sunday. Told y'all, marching with the band. It's going to be so great. I want symbols.
Gnome, that's another one too that's been asking some weird questions. A sperm and an egg, are they alive? Yes, they are. Technically. They don't think like that.
Yeah, call me next week.
Jay Sharp, you are absolutely 100% incorrect on that last statement. 100% incorrect. Sorry to tell you. They now know a fuel source that the RNA world hypothesis was using. So you are 100% wrong. I just can't remember the name of the fuel source.
Fucking Ton says abiogenesis does sound like a strain of weed Ollie would smoke.
What does born mean to you? Well, that's the term they gave for the action of coming out of the womb of your mother. You are then born. No, I'm not making a claim. What I'm saying is now knowledge. It's not a claim. Sorry. Just because you don't like it, you can sit there and go all you want, but it's a fact now. So evolution is a fact. It's backed by mountains of evidence. I suggest you go watch some Forrest Valkai videos or Gutsick Gibbon. They're great at explaining all that stuff. Yes, we do know, Jay Sharp. I'm not, you can quotation me all you fucking want. If it makes you feel better. Yes, they can. Yes, they can create life now. They've already done that. They've already at least made amino acid chains and protein chains in a lab. They've been able to do that since the 50s. Oh, I used to believe in evolution. Oh, yeah, fuck you, idiot stick. Why don't you call in next week? I'll actually get all the evidence that you're asking for, and I'll have it ready. So when you call in, well, I'm not back till 2 weeks. Then you can, no, that is birthed. Born is, no, born, no, that's, you're using it in your own religious context is what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. It's always.
That's why I say, when's your birthday? Well, I was born on October 20th. Birth and born are just two different ways of saying the same thing. So
it's what's her face? Peppermint Patty with the football, man.
Yeah.
You can't
right,
swing.
so you call back and I'll throw some links at you. You can go check it out. If you're familiar with Anton Petrov, who talks about universe stuff, he talks a little bit about this on one of his videos, one of his latest ones, about the RNA stuff and the new link that they made for the energy source for the Genesis thing to start the biogenesis. Why were there any humans back when abiogenesis happened? No, there were not. Abiogenesis is like the first step.
See, that's what I'm saying. But hold on, Neil. Like, look at the statement. Were there any humans back then when abiogenesis happened? You clearly don't know what the word means.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. If we can't get past the definitions, then we can't talk. You got.
I know where he's going with this. It's the were you there? No, but the rocks were.
No, but see, you can't. But I can't have an honest conversation with somebody who's like, "Well, were you here before the Earth was here?" Oh, so you don't know how time works. I have to put you in the corner with the kids and the crayons now. Actually, give me the crayons. Have some felt. Just play with the felt. It's a nice felt. Sheesh.
We have what we do have, the closest thing to, although it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years from the abiogenesis reaction or event, I guess we'll call it, because it probably happened in more than one place. We have Luca, which is the last universal common ancestor. Right? It's what we consider to be the one movie. Eukaryote, because we are eukaryotes. So are trees and fungus. They're all eukaryotes. So we share DNA with all of these things. There's more mushroom DNA in you than there is pig DNA. So
Steven's right. Don't eat the crayons.
Like, we know this to be a fact. So
you laying in this plane, Neil?
Yes. Yeah, that's why we do experience. It's okay. Science doesn't, first of all, let's clear something up. Science doesn't set out to prove things. It sets out to learn and understand the things that we're observing because of our experimentation. Then they send it out to other people to do the same experimentations. I said this earlier. And then they send it out to other people. That's called the peer review program. And then when they all come to a consensus, we're getting this. Oh, so are we. So are we. And so are we. Oh, well, then there's something to this. Let's call this part of whatever theory it belongs to. By the way, a theory in science is not the same as what you say, oh, I got a theory. A theory in science is well backed and established by huge amounts of facts. That's what a theory is. So, yeah, Sadie's got a good one there. There's more bacterial cells in you and on you than your actual cells. And that is a truth. Anyways, as you can see, Mikey had to go tend to the little human. So, or he had to go do a bio break. So I'm going to say thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out with us. And I would also like to, since I get this little machine that was created by science, thank you very much, science. We want to say a huge thank you to our awesome patrons and members. And those people include Paul Cammish, Karen Butcher, HellsBells, Logan Fisher, Amanda McLeod, Jamie West, Sidney Davis Jr., Eric Ozels, Tara S., Rion, D. Murphy, Dan D., Bryce Roney, Jenna Miu, Deborah Grace, Sunny Shell, Phil Calderone. And our members include great folks like Cynthia McDonald, Kelley Laughlin, Tons of Mice, and Logan Fisher and Angela. So anyways, guys, with Mikey now gone, Mikey's got to do stuff. So anyways, until then, guys, hope you guys treat each other well and have yourselves a great night. And Jay Sharp, no matter what you think, evolution is a fact and backed by mountains of evidence. We'll see you guys next time.
This is Skeptic Haven. Let's talk.